Hello, everyone from around the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is AS Eat the Pair. I am joined by olddirtyh, who is currently in the middle of a baby disaster, it looks like. And also joining us today, a very, very special guest. We have the one and only Serg. Say hello.
Hey guys, what's up?
So we do have Serg today. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you.
I'm very excited to be here. I can't wait for this amazing games that's gonna be, and I'm sure the performance will be outstanding.
Yeah, definitely. So
Yeah,
this
I
is going
can't
to
wait,
be
man.
this is going to be the matchup between AS Gladiators versus IND. So on the AS Gladiator side, we have AS Eat the Pair, that's myself, AS Mastercon or Sheer, AS Namilo X, and AS Marvelous, and they're up against IND, which is IND Predator, IND Faith, IND Lucky, and IND Knight Rider.
Lucky is a legend, man. I can't wait to see him in action.
Yeah, pretty interesting matchup here. Who do you think has the edge here, Serg, going into it?
I think that AZ has the edge, obviously, but at the same time, I see the IND team, the IND team, as a very, very strong one because Lucky has shown throughout the years a very, very good skill. So I'm counting on Lucky.
Okay.
Wow, you're kind of unlucky. Hold your breath. Don't hold your breath there, Serg.
Yeah.
Hey, oldie, welcome.
I'm gonna be in and out because I have a disaster going on here.
Yeah, it's okay. No worries.
Yeah, don't worry that.
No worries.
No problem, son. Yeah, just so you guys know, Serg is my son. Him and Coin. Just so you guys know. So if he calls me dad, don't think it's not a sexual thing. He's my adopted son.
We can be honest, Oldie. We can be honest.
That's right. It's my adopted son. He's a good boy.
All right.
Okay, the games are downloading right now.
Okay, that's awesome. No worries. So for the bands wise for AS Gladiators, we have Japanese, British, and Greeks. So they can't pick Japanese, British, or Greeks. And for IND, they can't pick Lakota, British, or Aztecs. You know, fairly standard bands. These are among the most common bands we've seen throughout the tournament. So no surprises there. We will be taking a brief break before the games start. So I'm actually going to start this timer here. We're going to take a brief break, probably around 3 minutes before we jump into game number one.
That's fine. Take your time, man. I'm finishing my food, so it's all good.
Yeah, so please, for the viewers, sit tight. We'll be back in roughly 3 minutes. Hello,
I just
everyone.
click on
Welcome
the, I
back.
just click on the, yeah.
All right, cool. Welcome back, everyone. We are about to jump into game number 1. We do have to talk about the donations quickly, and Serg, you can finish up setting up the games there. So the Nordic Classic would not be possible without the donations from everybody who has donated. Thank you so much to all of our donors. Again, donations, you can find the link on the front page of the Nordic Classic page. It's also in the YouTube description below. You can click right here and go to this external link. So we really, really appreciate all of your donations so far. Thank you so far to those of you who have donated, including Sampina Sphere of Mouth, El Cypher, Wizard of War, Kron, PLA, Jatin, Barbrak, this anonymous person is Connor, as well as Bob. Thank you so much to those of you who have donated. Again, the donation link is in the description. Without your viewer support, as well as everybody here watching today, this stream and the tournament would not really be possible. So thank you so much to everybody who has participated. We really appreciate it. All right. Do you have the stuff all set, Serg? Can you open up your replays?
Yeah, 1 second.
All right.
I'm in game right now, so I'm searching for them.
Okay.
I'm ready whenever you guys are. I'm paused and ready to go.
All right. I'm gonna load up Rise of Nations now. All right, this is the Nordic Classic. This is the second quarterfinal match. Let's get some hype in the chat. This is AS versus IND, game number 1.
Okay, I've got it.
You got it? Okay, so I'll pause at the beginning and then... All right, so I'm at 0 seconds. So Old's ready. Are you ready, Serg?
Almost.
Okay, I'll just pause it and then I'll give you, when you're ready, I'll give you a countdown.
Okay. It's loading right now, so.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, I see some people in the chat. Hey, Sheer, how's it going? Hope you are doing well today. Glad you could catch the stream.
Yeah, so I have the nations here for the first game. Germans, China, Iroquois, Japs, Spanish, and Iroquois, right? That's it.
Yep. All right, so are you ready?
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, this is game number 1 on Australian Outback. Let's take a look at the players and their nations. So for the AS side, we've got AS Mad Duelist X with Chinese, AC The Pair with Germans, AS Mastercon with Iroquois. They're up against IND Lucky with Spanish, IND Knight Rider with Japanese, and IND Predator with Iroquois. So we do see a mirrored Iroquois picks, but Tier 1 Japanese and Germans, and then Chinese and Spanish. In Tier 3, who do you guys think are favored nations for this map?
What was your question again?
Sorry. What do you think are the favored nations for this map? Who do you think? Which team has the favored nations?
Well, I think that Germans is a great pick here. Great booming nation. They can also rush.
Yeah.
So I'd go with Germans as my favorites on this particular map.
Mm-hmm.
I have to give the edge to AZ here.
Yeah, going into this game, given that it was Australian Outback, I actually thought that IND had the better picks nations-wise. I think Spanish are just a little bit better than Chinese on this map because of that early ship, as well as knowing where all the rares are. That sort of thing. You could skip on scouting a little bit, and then mirror Iroquois picks, so that can't really be talked about. But myself, I do prefer Japanese over Germans in general. But I guess one advantage of the Germans is they can put down a smelter early on, and one problem on this map could be you just don't have enough mountains, and that could be a big problem in the later game. But with a smelter, you can supplement that middle income quite a bit, even without needing science research. So. I'd say fairly even nations overall. Chinese obviously are solid in this map because, you can boom, and also the large cities
they have
grab
a
your
cheap
territory.
science. They have a cheap science. Imagine if you get Papi, it appears as China. It's just a very good nation. It's better than Spanish on this map, in my opinion.
All right, that's a fair point. All right, so let's take a look at where the players have spawned. On the left side, we have the orange Spanish player IND Lucky. In the pocket, the teammate, IND Knight Rider, the white Japanese player. And on the right side, pretty far away from his allies, the red Iroquois player IND Predator.
Yeah.
On the bottom right side, we have the yellow Chinese player, AS Mad Duelist X or AS Namilo X.
Yeah, he's against Iroquois. China against Iroquois.
Yeah, and then here on the left side here, in the pocket we have the blue Iroquois player, AS Master Khan or Shere Khan. And then finally, on the very left side, on the very bottom, we have myself, AS Eat the Pair, the purple German player. So let's briefly talk about this matchup here. Chinese versus Iroquois. I mean, you know, Predator's pretty close to Namilo, but on the other hand, Predator is kind of far away from all of his other allies. Who do you think this city placement favors, Serg? What would you say?
It depends. I think that Iroquois can push here because I see that the Spanish player has gems behind him. Do you see that? Behind his woodcutter.
Yeah, I see that, yep.
So if China can get pushed back, they basically lose a big advantage. With the big city they have, they won't have the border push as big because the opponent has gems, right? And that could suck for Namilox, I think. Yellow is Namilox, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yellow's Namalox.
Yeah. However, skill-wise, I think that yellow has the edge here over red. I don't see Predator winning over Namilox, in my opinion at least. But we will see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, definitely an interesting take. I think here it's a little scary for Namilo, right? The wood camp for Namilo is pretty exposed, but he does have a very fast library time compared to Predator, who's actually very slow on this side, only getting up his 5th farm, whereas Namilo's almost finished with his library. So nice work from him. Let's take a quick look at the ruin counts here. And we can see, in fact, it is Predator with the most ruins and Namilo with only 1. Shear's not doing bad for himself, and everybody else is kind of floundering, either 1 or 2 ruins. Let's take a look at what rares each team has, and I'm gonna use the fact that we have a Spanish player here to my advantage. So for the IND team, they've got gems, they've got citrus, there's tobacco.
Yeah, citrus can be a big deal here.
Tobacco and salt underneath Kyoto, and sugar above Kyoto. To the right, there's peacocks. And there's furs to the left of Onondaga, as well as bison above, wine to the right, and right in the middle there's dye and spice and cotton, which can kind of be contested. On the other side for AS, they've got diamonds, they've got horses, they've got pappy, they've got silk, they have wool. Moving to the right, they have wool, and they have silver next to Beijing. So. Well, I mean, what would you say, Serg? Who do you think has the edge in terms of rares here?
Based that China has Pappy, as I anticipated, I'd say that China and that AZ has the edge here, and China is a better nation than Spain.
AS, you mean, right?
AS, exactly.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, like, these are pretty insane library rares. We've got Silk, which is amazing on this map for Com 2. There's Pappy as well, which is awesome for the China player, and Silver. The other team does have furs. You know, IND does have furs. That's a very solid rare to have. They also have like rares like gems and sugar. Those are all pretty good rares, as well as salt, which is not terrible. You know, library rares wise, AS is definitely going to have the edge in the long term.
Yeah, this is gonna be unlucky here because he is the Spanish player. He sees all the rares, so he just, like as you said, Perry, he doesn't have to scout them. He needs to give his team a heads up immediately and be like, hey, there's no way we're gonna be able to boom with them. We need to get a double going or an early push. Yeah, they have to rush or it's a game of GG. There's no way they can out boom with these rares. There's no way.
And they could rush actually because I see Japs here as they have sugar. Japs has sugar and also salt. They could pull out a very fast rush.
They actually have good rush furs. Yeah, they have furs. They have
even wine.
They have wine.
Yeah, these are good.
You know,
salt.
If you're Knight Rider here, you really just want to save up for that Com 2 and just get your economy rolling here, get that Com 2 Despot going. But instead, he's going to go for Civic. What do you guys think about that choice?
I don't like it. I think that the Japs player should have been really aggressive in this situation, that he should have ride a lot because they won't match their boom anyway. If you go for Civic, it means you will delay your ride. I don't like it.
Yeah, I
agree. You got to get aggressive here. Like I said, Lucky knows what all the rares are. and they just need to scout out. Obviously, China's a pain in the ass to rush early, but pair, you know, Berlin's it's not exposed, but they could sneak.
Yeah.
If they put together a quick high rush, those Spanish high are awesome too. So you put those with the Japanese heavy infantry, you could get a quick sack, maybe put some pressure on Berlin, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the play here.
Yeah, it looks like instead both the Iroquois player and the Japanese player are going to go for Civic first, and I don't really like this choice from either player. As the Iroquois player, you really want to get your mill going first, nice and early, to take advantage of those infantry. Would have liked to see Commerce mill in this case rather than going Civic, but instead I'm going to get that Civic up going first. Pretty standard build.
And you see Knight Rider in the chat say, I told you to mill 98. So
yeah,
already a little early blunder here from IND.
Yeah.
And as we've seen in these tournament games, it's only been 1 or 2 blunders like this that have cost the game. You know,
Yeah,
so this could be that one for IND here.
On the other side, it's AS Eat the Pair going for that Commerce 2 with Germans using Silk. That was a very
so
juicy...
is Namilox. Namilox going Commerce 2 also. Just imagine what the White could have done here. If Knight Rider went for military, that would be big damage done. Because,
Yeah.
Because AC team booms hard and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, only now we do see the barracks going down for Sheer here, and that barracks is going to help protect Pappy here, and that means 3 library.
I do
rares
see
for
Lucky.
AS.
Lucky is putting pressure on the back on the water, but Parrot looks like he caught him with the heavy ship, so that's nice.
Yeah,
But,
I think I actually lost
that's
a
something
fisherman
else.
here by mistake, but yeah.
Okay, well, that's good work from Lucky. But that's another advantage of Spanish, right? That free heavy ship, get it out early, and
I like
you know,
his reaction here. He has a heavy ship ready. He knows.
Yeah,
against
yeah,
Spain.
great counter there. Yep.
Yeah.
But they have citrus again. Lucky knows about citrus.
He's
if
not
I'm
using
lucky
it.
here,
I mean,
yeah, as Spanish,
he
I
can
would
easily
get on
force
that
me to make
citrus.
another heavy ship, but he's not.
Absolutely. Drop a second dock down, get another free heavy ship if you're lucky, spam a couple barks, and just really put pressure on that water because, you know, if you take away the water on Outback, it's very hard to boom. Even with these rares, it's going to be frustrating for these guys to boom.
Yeah. And so now we do see the players techie up. The Japanese player's actually gone for Age without Mill and is going to go for Colossus. What do you guys think of this choice?
This is not good. I think this is a very bad move. Again, they need to be aggressive. They got to know the rares, but I haven't seen Lucky say anything about the rares. So I think he's just dropping the ball here for being Spanish. Your main power is Spanish. You got to tell everyone what the rares are.
And in
At
fact,
minimum, raid the rares.
he hasn't, like, there's furs in his allies' territory, but he hasn't pinged it out. He hasn't scouted it. Now he says raid Pappy and Silk, but I think it's a little late.
Too late.
He needs to tell this information much earlier.
Yeah, especially, you know, it's a COM 1 build on this map. 99% of the time it's COM 1 build. You know they're going to go for the rares early. Just get a COM mill from any of your players. They all went COM Civ, and now you're going to be way too far behind. There's no way they're going to catch up with this boom now.
Yeah.
It's just going to be
And
a
here we
big
see
trouble
on
here.
the right side, Predator trying to raid Silver, which is a nice move. You know, it may be able to pick off this Silver Merchant, but we do see a Bowman coming out for an Amilo. And so the nice move from Predator, if he saves his unit, this is probably worth it because it's just a free kickoff there.
That's a decent raid,
but on the other side,
just,
Sheer has also gone for COM 2 and is now raiding in the back with 2 units. Killed 2 merchants already. So
I don't totally disagree with the Kolos build because I think that if the Javs player can max out his army in H3, he could maybe kill one. But yeah, aggression would have been a much better choice in this case for sure. But I can't say that that Colossus is bad.
Yeah, I think he can make it work.
That's true.
It's just
you
like
can make it
it's
work.
not-
But
it's
with
not the
these
best
rares,
choice,
I mean, come on, furs, salt, wine. That's just rare. That's rush central right there. You know, like I don't understand. None of them are using furs either. By the way.
Yeah, and that's because they only Lucky sees it and he hasn't revealed it for his team, which is definitely a big blunder on his part. On the backside, we do see. Let's take a look. The Sheer still hasn't aged. Paris still hasn't aged. So you know they could be punishing if for IND. None of the AS players have aged. So if they had a COM 2 rush, they could have done some damage by now, or at least put the AS players in big trouble. Because that's how you punish them for all going COM 2. We do see here. On the left side in the middle here, it's Pear going to try and take control of Die, but it's actually going to be Lucky with the heavy infantry going to deny the city there.
Yep.
And also rage in the back.
I also totally dislike that IND doesn't make use of citrus at all. Like
At
if
all,
you have citrus, if you have citrus on this map, you can just farm some light ships and micro with them. You can do so much damage, and that's also players don't think about it. If you do damage on water, you can rush so much easier on land because all the attention will be focused on water, and you can just go in for land rush, and it would be very good.
And you can see Pear is actually counter raiding here with these 2 barks. Good work from you, Pear.
Thank you.
I like this. This is a standard, excellent raid. You get,
yeah, it's like it Pear has citrus and not Lucky.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we do see Lucky getting out a heavy ship, but he's not using whales. He's not going to be able to outrun these light ships that with Pear using whales. And there also is a heavy ship here. It's going to be really annoying there. On this side, we do see continual attempts at raids, but not really getting anything done.
Science 3 from China player, do you see Namilox?
Yeah, and that is so greedy.
Yeah, but not really. I mean, they've done nothing for him to play defensive. You know, he could just sit there and boom. He's getting a chance of free boom. They raided silver 1 time, and then they ran away. They never came back. You got to keep putting pressure on. Yeah. I see Pear at silver here. He's got an extra merchant. He's trying to. I don't know if you were trying to cheat there, Pear, or you just forgot about your.
Man's just chilling. He's just hanging out. He's like, yo, I want some silver too, but there's not enough silver.
Well, I see your other one was injured, so maybe he came over to bring some medical supplies to your injured merchant. So that was nice.
Perhaps, yeah. And now we do see look at the libraries. So for Predator, he's gotten 1-1-1-1, and he's getting mill 2 now, whereas Namillo is almost finished with 1-1-2-3. Even though his economy isn't super great at this point. Let's take a look at how Knight Rider's economy is doing, the Japanese player with Colossus. 11 Scholar is doing decently, does have Senator as well, which is a nice choice. And making good use of that, one of the main powers of Colossus, getting the Timber Commerce cap up plus 150 to plus 170. Could be a little bit more, but nice work regardless. That's a pretty important part of Colossus. And the Spanish player has gone for Civic 2. What do you guys think about this choice?
It's almost never ideal, especially on this map. There's really no reason for it. He needs to focus on other things. Because he's maxed out food and wood, it's not going to help his economy anymore to get the 3rd city. So I don't know. I don't know where he's going to put it. Where's he going to put it? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I guess he could try and go pressure diamonds, I guess, but then you're just going to have this weird spread out cities that are going to be easy to. You're not going to be able to defend them all. So I'm not sure what he's thinking there.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the blunder. Maybe he didn't mean to click on it, or I don't know.
No, he looks like he is going to put down that city at the front here, past Dusseldorf. Is not using gems, by the way, so that's a bit of a mistake.
Yeah, he's not using gems,
the
citrus.
Has a good eco here.
Yeah, and
they're still not using furs.
Though.
Yeah. They're still not using furs or peacocks. Peacocks is huge on this map also for the pop limit.
Yeah, we see some skirmishing between Predator here, going to lose a light horse, and between Predator and Sheer, going to lose a light horse.
I've always thought about peacocks as a mini Colossus. Like, it
exactly.
So much. On lakes and Outback, it's a very good rare.
Especially with if you have furs with peacocks, you basically have a mini Colossus like Serg said, because you can just keep doing mill, you keep milling up, and then you can, you get that plus 10%. Yes, but they're not using fur. Oh no, finally, looks like Predator's using furs finally. So. Yeah,
we do see here, Knight Rider has a nice little army here, going to start pushing. Second Siege going to come out, sees this is a nice move. He's pushing forward and scouting out what's happening here. And he's going to see that Pear doesn't have many units. He only has 2 Cataphracts and an Archer as well as a Senator. Does have a tower here and also Shears here to reinforce, but this is a nice choice from Predator to make sure that he's pressing forward, that he might be able to take the city of Dusseldorf if he micros correctly.
But Predator army is really small, and I like the reaction that the AS guys have, because all the 3 players are there. Like even Namilox has his Senator and 2 Archers.
Yeah, this is the proper routes. This is textbook rotation here. You just get everyone in the middle, take out the big army, because clearly there's no other pressure coming. I don't know what Predator's doing. He's going to rotate through China here, and I guess try and come help the middle, but he was better off just going to raid China, raid this mine.
Yeah, you got to make something happen
There's
here.
2 wood camps. I mean, look at where Milo's cap. he's got just wide open mine and 2 wide open wood camps. You could just be slaughtering these citizens, or at least getting them garrisoned, instead of just. I'm not sure what this rotate, and you're running into attrition now, on top of it. So, just not the best rotation. It's but great rotation from AS there. I like that. That's how you know a team plays well together. They can see where to kind of put their troops, and then you can back them back out, rotate them back out. And once again, there's been no pressure on Namillo at all, so he can just pretty much do whatever he wants. He can just keep booming along here if you look at his library.
Yeah, this is a really gross library. I mean,
yeah, he's just super far ahead. I mean, yeah, his economy isn't quite there yet, as you said, but 185 gold without a caravan is pretty sick.
Yeah.
So you know, he could just really cheat right now. He's got 13 scholars, and he just no lookout, no tower at his cap.
It's just playing
no
incredibly
threat.
greedy because he can.
Yeah, but
there's no
but
threat.
you can't blame him for that. That's not his fault. That's
Yeah.
on IND. You got to make him pay for being greedy, and they're just not doing that.
Yeah.
The Iroquois player Predator here is really passive. I dislike that.
Yeah,
No pressure on Namilux whatsoever. I mean,
Yeah, it's
I
way
don't
too
think-
passive against these rares. You know what the rares are, and you're just playing way too passive.
And it will. It's already, in my opinion, it's already too late to do something.
It is.
Got the eco set up. They are aging. I don't see any hope. I think it's over.
Yeah, I agree. Especially when Chinese gets the gunpowder, which will be pretty soon. I mean, I could see at this point.
By 22 minutes, he'll be gunpowder.
Yeah, probably at the latest, to be honest. I mean, he's just so far ahead. And you know those you know, you get a monarch, get a bunch of heavy cavalry and those Chinese fire lances, you're going to be able to just bully your way back through, you know, and take out the Iroquois very easily.
Yeah, in these situations, if you are IND, you have to make use of exactly the rush you have, and I don't see any use of citrus. I don't see any use of salt. I mean, Reader has tried. He spammed some troops, but he had no support, and that was a very important attack when they all pre-rotated and helped its peer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of going Civ 2 there, you could have saw Lucky just spam a bunch of troops, and then they just go in with a nice high rush. They could have probably taken that city in Dusseldorf.
Yeah, I'm disappointed by Lucky. I expected much more. Yeah, I teach him a lot throughout the years. I teach him a lot, and I'm seeing how it's breaking my heart.
Well, I think what happens too is it's just it's pressure, right? You know, some of these guys just don't play well under pressure. You know, when Lucky's relaxed, he plays much better. So I think maybe he's just under pressure, and it's getting to him a little bit.
Yeah, we do see all of the players going to age up to medieval age, and there's now a 400-point difference, which is not much, but I'm expecting it to continue building because, as you guys said, the rares are definitely in favor of AS in the late game, and this is starting to near the late game. Japanese player does have a pretty sizable army, though, but not producing many units yet.
Yeah, but that army won't do nothing on its own. I mean, Lucky has some army also, but it's not enough, man.
It's not nearly enough, yeah. And it's the compositions just aren't there. You need way more horses. There's like hardly any horses at all for both.
Yeah, and look at Predator, man. The Iroquois player is going defensive. That sucks. I mean.
Yeah,
Iroquois
that's not Iroquois' game. Yeah, Iroquois is an aggressive nation. Yeah, they're not a defensive. I mean, they can be defensive, you know, and counter, but you're giving away your early advantage. They're a pure aggressive nation.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Pyramids is complete for Predator, and we also saw Sheer get Hanging Gardens earlier.
Nice, good call by Sheer there. And Sheer also has been pretty much able to free boom. I mean, it's only Pear that's had any pressure at all really on him. So. Yeah, Sheer with Hanging Gardens, he's going to be able to get gunpowder very soon, and then you're going to have him and Namillo gunpowder. And if you just look at the libraries, Pear, if you could just cycle through the libraries for the people.
Yeah, sure. So for myself, for Pear, we've got 2223 getting the literacy upgrade. We'll get Mill soon. For Sheer, he doesn't have science, but he can click up on it right now, and he'll have the text soon. Looks like he's gonna save up for Mill instead. For Namillo, we've got 2223. Doesn't have literacy quite yet, but is getting Mill 3 now. On the other side, for IND, you know, let's look at Predator's library. He's only got Commerce 1 and Science 1. He's just very far behind, and also look at the Japanese player, only 2222. And then of course the Spanish player also 2 mil, 2 second, second military, second civic, but only Commerce 1 and Science 1. So they're gonna fall behind in tech very quickly.
Yeah, I also like the fact. Yeah, go on.
No, I was just saying, you can see now Namilo's catching up his economy with all the, the smelter and lumber mill, and so there's just going to be big trouble here. This Chinese economy is rolling. He's going to be able to start pumping out troops. And as you can see, and I like this move, he's not using any caravans, so he's saving himself three spots for units, because he's got 197 gold without any caravans. So that's great use there.
And
yeah, you really don't know.
Yeah, and here's an opportunity for a Knight Rider to do something. Like, clearly, Pear is not putting any pressure on this side. So if Knight Rider just goes over and tries to double Sheer along with Predator, I think that could be a good move. Because clearly, even though they're behind in tech, the Japanese player still has a lot of units. I mean, this is a pretty sizable army here. But instead, he's just slow to...
I don't understand what he's doing. Just click on Lucky. He's upgrading his horse archer. Like, he has H2 archers, and he's upgrading a unit he doesn't even have in his composition. I mean, what's the fucking plan? I don't get it.
Yeah, that's a head scratcher. You definitely, crossbows are going to be way better than your horse archers.
Yeah, I'm at 20-20 right now. And we do see Pear sending out some raids, and we saw Sheer earlier also just raiding with knights. Definitely being really annoying on this side.
Yeah.
And now you see the libraries filling up. Pear, you're ready to go gunpowder here at some point. Same with...
Another nice thing is that I like that the Iroquois player has gone for the Iroquois player. I mean that Khan is fighting Predator, and Namilox has rotated and is helping it here. I think that's a good move.
Yeah, these rotations for AS have just been perfect.
It's much better team play. I mean, they are the better team, and they are playing better as a team also.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's showing here. Yeah, it doesn't make sense why Predator's got all this defense here. He doesn't need his army there. Like, whatever. Even if that city gets taken temporarily, he can come back and retake it with all those towers in that fort. Plus, he'll get a free city, right? So even if he loses that city, he can just drop another city down. It's not going to affect him at all. And he could rotate over. Maybe they could triple Dusseldorf here, because Dusseldorf only has has 2 towers. But
3 actually.
Yeah,
I see a third one. Yeah.
Fort behind. I mean, it's pretty well guarded.
Yeah, now it's too late to do anything.
Yeah, I mean,
too late.
and like,
I mean, 10 minutes ago it was too late. Now
it's true. Now it's super late. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you look at the libraries now of AS, they're all ready to age, and IND is just nowhere near the age. So.
Yeah.
Japanese player is going to get science through. I mean, which is good, but he's just a little bit behind at this point.
Well, they know, once again, they know for sure 100% that you guys have silver, because they raided it once already, and Pear knows because he still has a second merchant chilling over there.
Predator is just sending riders. Do you guys see that?
I see it.
Beijing?
Yeah.
That's also too late, because Namilox had no cover whatsoever at his capital.
Yeah, and you look at his economy now, it's not going to affect his economy at all. He's so far ahead.
We do see a big skirmish on this left side between Pear and Namilo, and it's going to be Knight Rider and Lucky who run away, because Lucky just doesn't have upgraded archers and also not that much army. Knight Rider has a pretty...
This game is over. I'm gonna go grab some water, okay? You don't have to pause. I'm gonna be back in 30 seconds.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. He's right. It is over. I mean, you guys are going gunpowder here any second, and Knight Rider is the only one somewhat close to getting gunpowder.
Yeah, I mean, his metal income's really suffering.
And he just doesn't have the units out.
No, he
doesn't. For a Colossus, this is not a Colossus army.
No.
92 population is just not going to cut it.
Yeah, the German players ahead, the Chinese players ahead in population. Now we see Sheer going to go
Colossus
for
with Peacocks, so if you look, he's got 160 possible. I mean, he could have a humongous army,
But I think those raids in the back from Sheer have really been hurting.
But his economy's fine except for metal. I mean, he could just, spam a bunch of light horses or something, or anything.
Yeah. At this point, Sheer is going to start sieging down the castle instead of the city, which, I mean, it's bad news for Predator, who's now going for Science 2, compared to Sheer, who will be clicking up shortly. And now we see Namilo was going to click up, but
clicked and he canceled, I guess. I don't know if maybe it was an accident.
All AS players are aging right now.
Yeah, I'm at 23-22, so I think you're a little bit ahead, Serg, but no worries.
Yeah, I'm at 24. 51 right now.
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
pause it.
So yeah, just pause until I'll tell you when we get close to there.
Oh, I see. Namillo canceled because he's going Science 4.
Ah, I
So-
see. Yeah. Oh yeah, I do remember he said that in game. Pretty amusing. Unfortunately for Namillo, his incomes is severely damaged. He's getting raided by Predator, so we do have to give props where props is due. You know, even though Predator hasn't actually, well, just as I say that, he starts attacking University with a knight. You know, like even though he should have raided much earlier, he is raiding now, which is still something, and that's hurting Namillo quite a bit. And he's getting punished for not putting up a tower at his front wood camp and that sort of thing. But now we see the AS players clicking up on the age button, and this looks like GG to me. I mean, like what can you possibly do as IND here in order to stave off the difference in tech and economy?
No, there's nothing. Their chance was early, like we talked about. Use furs, salt, wine,
What
and
time
rush.
mark are you at, guys?
I'm at 24:17 right now.
24. Okay, I'll keep it paused.
Okay, yeah. You're at 24:51, yeah?
I'm at 25 right now.
Okay, sure. So I'll just wait for you. We do see a bit of a rotation here. Knight Rider gonna come along to try and double Shere Khan. Fortunately, Predator doesn't have many units. Really needs to spend those resources that he has. And actually, Eat the Pair here is here with an ambush. So let's see if they can scout it out. Looks like they are gonna go for that double.
Yeah.
We see forced marches from both players. And Knight Rider's gonna run straight into all of these crossbows from Pair.
Yep, good work by Pair.
Yeah, fortunate timing for me. I was rotating to try and help Shere take the city, but it just so happened that Knight Rider also rotated, so...
Are you at 25?
Yeah, we just reached 25.
Yeah.
Okay.
And only now the Japanese player clicks up when Eat the Pair and Shere are both aged, and so now they're getting all of their techs along. At this point, I actually overmade crossbows a bit, so I was trying to trade them out. This is 17 crossbows, a little bit too much, but doesn't really matter. I mean,
It's fine. Well, no, it's still fine because it's H3 army anyways. So
Yeah.
it's
I
still
like
gonna work.
that. I like the fact that Reader has some ships here ready on the side. Do you see those ships? He doesn't use them for now, but at least he does have them.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
if those ships would have been made earlier, they could have done much more damage, as I said.
Yeah, definitely.
But now they are kind of useless, but still better than nothing. I mean, the guy tries, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and you
now-
see a good raid from Predator here. This is what he should have been doing since probably minute
exactly.
5 of the
I
game.
mean,
You know.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Middle's economy. His wood income's just completely destroyed because he's just lost all those wood farmers, and he finally puts down a tower at the front.
Yeah.
And the Reader acts like he's surprised that you guys have aged. I mean, look at your fucking rares, man. What the
Yeah,
hell?
I
and
know.
Lucky says they got rares. Like, okay, I mean, yes, that
Yeah,
we knew
yeah.
that.
They are
for-
aged. I mean, even Clan Hunter would have been age 4 by now.
And honestly, I'm surprised they didn't age faster, to be honest. So for them to say, I can't believe they've aged already, it's like, well, they could have aged probably 4 minutes before, honestly, if
Yeah,
they focused more on aging. But I think, as you saw, Namillo for sure could have, but he decided to go Science 4 instead. So,
Yeah. They know
yeah,
they
it's a
are
real-
dead.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's over now. We could probably just fast forward.
Yeah,
I
sure.
agree. Let's go for it.
We are fast forwarding because at this point, AS have a pretty much insurmountable lead in this game.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 1-0 in favor of AS in this match. Predator says they boomed well with rares.
do you think? Yeah.
So that's going to be 1-0 in favor of AS here in game number 1. And, so I think we all agree, the biggest problem of IND here was just not rushing, right? Like, not being aggressive.
And this was like the perfect situation. They had the perfect nations to rush, the perfect rares to rush, going up against guys that are going to boom because you have the boom rares. So they just it was like the perfect counter, right? So yeah, AS got gifted with the boom rares, but IND got gifted with the rush nations plus the rush rares.
Yeah,
I actually would have gave IND the advantage there if they used that properly early.
Yeah, IND actually did all those things, but all they did it too late. It was already over when they started doing. They started raiding Quarter, but it was too late. They started raiding Land, but it was already too late because they had ecos, and so it was over. I mean, they should have acted much quicker.
Yeah. And also, too, a little bit of blunders early from Lucky, not pinging out furs, not telling, hey, guys, they have the superior rares.
Yeah, just
And
not
that would have
a little bit
probably
of a lack
helped.
of teamwork here, and GG is called.
Well, and again, if you're gonna be Spanish, you have to understand that's their main power is to see all those rares, and you have to, at minimum go raid or tell open them up so your teammates can raid. And they didn't even use furs until I think 15 minutes into the game.
Yeah,
So
which
that
is
was a
definitely
big mistake.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
If we take a look at the game stats here, it's actually Sheer with the most kills and Predator with the most losses. But Knight Rider and Lucky are both up there in terms of losses.
All right, in the comments we're asking, can you turn up Serg's microphone?
I cannot turn up Soja's microphone. Serge, you have to turn up your own microphone.
Okay.
All right, well, just try and speak a little louder.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you,
let me-
but it says Krish and Sheepa in the chat said they want to be able to hear you. It's a little low.
okay, here, Oldie, if you could
Okay,
talk a
yeah.
little bit quieter, I'll just turn on my Discord song.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was talking with someone on WhatsApp. Maybe that's why.
Okay,
It didn't-
all right. So let me know if that's any better. Yeah, so that is gonna be game number 1 going to AS here in this match and series. Pretty convincing win for them. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break before we jump into game number 2. We'll be back in roughly 5 minutes. So sit tight, get some water, get some water, get a drink, get a snack, all that, and we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Game two,
All right, hello everyone. We
Yeah,
are
game
back. So we're going to be doing game number 2 of AS versus IND. Hope everybody's ready and excited for the second game here. Let's just jump straight into it. All right,
Yeah.
I gotta find the replay first. This is AS versus IND, game number 2. Alright, I'm at 0 seconds if you both are ready.
Yeah.
Serge?
Serge.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this is game number 2. It looks like on Amazon, I'm guessing? Yeah, Amazon Rainforest.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at the players and their nations. So we've got AS Mad Duelist X or AS Namilo X with Mongols, AS the pair with Nubians, AS Mastercon with Spanish. They're up against IND Lucky with Mongols, IND Knight Rider with Americans, and IND Predator with Maya. Who do you guys think is favored on this map, Amazon Rainforest?
Let me check the nations again real quick.
Yeah, sure. You can see it by going to the top right, click on the arrow, and then Games Stats, and then go to the Score tab.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we've got Mongols, Nubians, and Spanish up against Mongols, Americans, and Maya.
The nations are pretty similar. I can say that the team has the advantage here. I'd prefer maybe AS nations. Yeah. I'd go with that.
Yeah, for me,
Yeah, I agree with Serge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Spanish, we see the AS plays better. So now you have Spanish and presumably the right hands here. For Nubians, it's awesome.
Nubians
So-
is a great. Nubians is a great nation. I mean,
Yeah,
I think it's underrated, big time.
Well, especially with Spanish, because you can ping and you can know where to sieve, so you can sieve out more rares.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
And
an awesome
we've
combination. Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen that these guys have a good team play, so I'm sure that Master Khan will help the Nubian player, which is it appear here.
Yeah, the only bummer would have been to have Lakota there. But I think Lakota was banned, right?
I don't think it
Because
was.
otherwise, yeah, if you have Lakota, Nubian, and Spanish, that's just really dirty. Because the Lakota can go tower all the rares and find rares that just a sick combo. But this is good enough. Mongols are excellent. So.
And the Nubian player has citrus here, which is not even a bad route to have because you have instant 10 food and 10 wood, which will make a lot faster.
Yeah.
So 15. It's 15 actually, plus 15.
Yeah,
So
plus
that's
plus 15. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so that's amazing. Actually, citrus is actually very good for Nubians.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
And-
I was pretty happy to see that. I think Sheer pinged out that there weren't too many other great rares. The other great rares are just kind of farther away. So let's take a look at where the players have spawned. So we see on the right side we have the purple Nubian player, myself, AS Eat the Pair. Across from AS Eat the Pair, directly against him, we have IND Lucky, the orange Mongols player.
Yeah, that's tough for the Nubian player usually, but
Yeah.
given that it's Lucky, I think you're gonna manage, man. I think.
Well,
you'll be
hopefully
fine.
Lucky can bounce back from last game and be more aggressive here. This is a better pick.
He needs aggression. He needs aggression.
Yeah.
With aggression, you can kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's take a look at where the other players are located. We have IND Knight Rider, the white American player, in the middle here, pretty much in the middle of the map. On the bottom side, their last teammate, the red Mayan player, IND Predator. Then on the left side, we have the blue Spanish player, AS Master Connor Shear. And then the very top side, we have the green Mongols player, AS Mad Duelist X.
I think that IND has a better position overall, but that's my opinion. I think that IND are well placed here.
Yeah, I think I would agree. It's basically just the Mongols player being across from the Nubians player is nice because you get to raid Nubians rares. And Mongols are pretty fast. You really want the Mongol versus Mongol matchup. And on the other side, the Mongols player is stuck way in the back. AS Mad Duelist X is stuck way in the back compared to MasterCon, who's going to be facing off against the Americans player. It's going to be hard for the Spanish player to put a lot of pressure on the Americans player. You don't really want to give them space to boom up, get a wonder, and then go age 4 and that sort of thing.
And
Yeah,
usually
America-
this map doesn't favor Mongols because of the terrain, but with Lucky's situation here, he's actually got a nice little kind of flat land here. He could do some damage if he gets a good rush going early.
Yeah, I mean, and if you look at Paris Wood Camp, this is pretty exposed. It's you can have a
Yeah,
horse
that
archer on
river
the
right
right
there.
side. You can go to
Yeah.
the left. The citizens have to walk through the river to get back to the capital. It's a pretty awkward situation.
Yeah, and Lucky has his library already finished, while it doesn't even start his own library.
Still
So-
only
so
getting
if
up to
Lucky
food
goes for
income.
military, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick look at the rune count here. So it does look like AS is doing slightly better overall. Mastercon looks like he's gone, that's 7 runes, I believe, and the other players have gotten 5 or 6, whereas IND, they've gotten 3 to 5 each. Now right over the least runes overall thus far. And the Mongols player looks like he's saving up to go mill 1. I like that choice. I think he needs to put a pressure on the Nubians player.
Absolutely the right choice there, especially after last game. He just kind of let his team down, so he needed to do something here early.
Yeah, and mill 1 coming from Lucky, whereas only now the pair is going to put down that library. So
yeah, but you are Nubians, you can sell and buy food, so you can be able to mill pretty soon with yourself, so it should be okay. It just depends on how fast Lucky is.
Yeah, but let's see if it appear goes for military here. Yeah, it looks like he's building a farm. I guess he's going for military.
yeah, so I'm at 446 right now, Serg. And let's take a look. The Spanish player's gone for commerce. Mongols player's gone for commerce and civic, and then the Americans player's actually gone for civic first. I don't mind that. I think that's a fine choice. My player also going to go for commerce here, and we do see that Barracks going up for Lucky, and each pair looks like he's going to save up also for mill, I think.
That's a pretty slow Mayan play right there. I mean, Predator is pretty slow with Mayan.
Yeah, actually, Maya, one of their biggest advantages is they're just really fast early on. You know, they're getting those
they are.
timber
the
income,
cheap wood.
timber cheaper, and so can get a nice fast start. But he's just low on the slow side. And now we do see the raids starting out for Lucky. Gonna go queue up a slinger and an archer and a slinger. I don't really like that choice. I think you want to go. Heavy infantry
That
archer.
merchant won't even die. He won't kill it.
Yeah, it's a Nubian. They have more armor, or what is it, more
He
health.
should have went for heavy infantry instead of that slinger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of a little,
I
little
must
blunder
fight
by
infantry
Lucky
right
again. Yeah, you gotta mill. You gotta get the heavy out first for sure, and it's only 1 extra gold you're gonna spend on the archer anyways. It's not like
Yeah.
it's gonna cost that much
Pair's
more.
gonna get up at barracks in the back, so he should be fine against any sort of damage. And Lucky's looking for the wood camp, but he hasn't quite found it yet. He's gonna go for commerce now. I think that's a fine choice. Now you have to try and recover a little bit, though you have slowed down the Nubian player by forcing them to go mill, I imagine, even if he doesn't technically know that.
Yeah, but I like the way the way Pierre manages his resources here. I mean, he's quite fast. He has a lot of wealth. He didn't trade anything yet. He has slingers out. That's good play.
Yeah, and he's using silk, so he's gonna get the cheap commerce 67.
Yeah,
see food
and
wood.
Lucky, I bet Lucky won't even kill that silk merchant. Let's see if it will die. It might die actually, but
Yeah, he's here now. He's gonna start target firing the silk merchant, which is kind of awkward for each pair.
Well, it doesn't matter. You're already using it anyways, so
Yeah.
you don't even need it
it's
anymore.
not dying. It's not dying. Lucky did no damage whatsoever at all. Man, this is insane.
Yeah, there is.
Well,
a
this is
slinger
what you
here.
said.
He's
Well,
also
that's-
using his units. Look at that. He's also using.
Yeah, that's actually Namillo came over to help with villagers. Again, great team play here. You got a pair with the slingers. Namillo's coming over, knowing wisely. These villagers are actually really good against slingers and archers if you micro well.
Yeah. We do see city placement wise, it's Knight Rider who's going to be able to take control of the middle. And let's talk about the rares quickly. Actually, now we see a citizen raid starting on there. Yeah, let's talk about the rares quickly. So, for the AS side, they've got Citrus, they've got Silk, those 2 rares we saw earlier. There's Dye next to Kashgar. Way above on the very left, there's Horses. There's Furs above Madrid, as well as Tobacco to the right. And then on the very right side, there's Relics, as well as Obsidian in the corner.
The rares are pretty well balanced this time.
Yeah, and then on the very left side, there's Salt and Amber below Madrid. For IND, they've got Sugar, but that's pretty, this is hard to use Sugar for IND, and in fact, AS might be able to use it.
AS will use Sugar for sure because of that mountain in the middle. Yeah, so I wouldn't count Sugar as a rare for IND.
Yeah, and then we have Wine next to Yaza. We have Marble there as well. And then they've got Diamonds. There's Silver somewhere. I don't 100% remember where it is. There's wool here. Oh, so there's spice over there on the bottom, and silver's on the bottom as well. And there's cotton next to Khanbalit.
Diamond's gonna get ready right now.
Yeah, ASE the pair coming along with a gonna start raiding diamonds, making use of the Spanish player. We knew where diamonds was earlier. And the tower from Knight Rider is just a little bit on the late side. He's gonna get raided instead. I'm at 830, and we see Namillo gonna age up and go for Colossus. Pretty interesting choice. I think in game we decided that he would go for Colossus because it's Amazon and it's gonna be hard to attack anyways, and you just want to take it from the Americans player.
Namilox is playing really good, and I think that's also thanks to Coldfire. I mean,
yeah,
I see a very similar style of Coldfire.
Exactly right. Yeah, I was gonna say he's basically a carbon copy of Cold, a little bit slower, but the same idea, right? Just boom, boom, boom. Yeah. And it's also booming, being smart with the boom, right? He's built in the back. Once again, no pressure on him whatsoever. No raids coming at all. He's free to boom. So that's what you're supposed to do in that situation. If you're just free to boom, you boom. And if you're in the middle, then you can't. Then you do something else. But yeah, it's a great play.
Yeah, the difference usually is made from the tier 1 nation. So Mongols against Mongols. You see here that Lucky is way behind. I mean, I don't wanna say anything bad about Lucky, but you guys see how he plays. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, and part of the problem is he went mill early and just didn't accomplish anything with it, right? Like, he got 0 kills.
Yeah, he didn't kill any markets, didn't kill any villagers.
He just lost some units, that was all he accomplished.
Yeah, great raids from Pear here on the diamonds. You got him, sniped him before the tower went up, so that was nice.
Yeah, now I'm going towards the backside to try and raid silver, I think.
Yeah, and that's another wise choice.
Yeah, it looks like IND's going to start aging up. Everybody's going to start aging up.
I like that Sheer has a tower on his capital. He's playing safe. He also, last game, he played very well. I'm impressed by the way he plays, really.
Yeah.
He's improving a lot. I mean, I don't remember him as such a good player, but recently, in the last few months I played with him, I was really impressed.
He's definitely improved significantly, and he's just a smart player. He's always been a pretty smart player, and especially this is perfect use of Spanish. Like, you could see the whole map, you know where the best places to put your cities. You can tell Pear where to go raid. You can help raid if you need to. It's just this is just great teamwork we're getting from AS. I mean, look how you guys built. This is all like pointing towards the middle. Like, you knew exactly where to put your cities. These are all great placement for these cities. Whereas if you look at Lucky, he was forced to build back. He's not going to get access to another mountain. He's only going to have this one little mountain here, maybe a 5 mountain.
I think that's a 6 next to Khanbalit, but yeah, you're right.
Okay, well, whatever.
Might be starved still a little bit from middle early on.
Yeah. And then it just kind of bunched up in the middle here with Predator and Knight Rider. It just looks like they're going to be hurting for metal, IND, this game. That's going to be a problem.
Lucky's best bet would be a military rush as soon as possible on Napata.
100%, yeah. Or a double would be perfect here. Once again, they know from last game, Namillo is just going to keep booming. If you look at Namillo's library, still no mill. So, and he's Civ 2 now. So, you need to be stacked up, just ready to at least raid hard. But there's just no army at all over here from Lucky. He's got a stable up coming up now. Unfortunately, no mill 2, so he's only going to get 1 nomad instead of 2.
I think you guys are a little bit ahead of me right now. I'm at 11:20. 11:30 really.
I'm at 11:40 right
now. I'm at 11:30 also.
Oh, okay. I don't see a stable.
I'll pause for 10 seconds.
Okay, no worries.
It's at Khanbalit, there's a stable. Oh, I'm sorry, it's
Knight Riders, yeah.
It's a Knight Rider stable, I'm sorry. It wasn't Lucky stable, it was
this stable could be a good choice if he gets out mill early and starts raiding. I mean, like, again, this wood camp from Pear is very exposed. The caravan route's fairly exposed as well. Can be pretty awkward for him, and Namillo is just booming along. Still doesn't have mill,
that could be the only chance IND has here, because Namillo is booming obviously a lot, and I'd like to see Predator, the Mayan player, go together with Orange on a rush on Napata, because the Mayan player is safe here. There are rivers. It's hard to capture Maya, and they could easily take Napata with a triple or double.
Yeah, I think a triple on Napata. Just go all in triple. Namillo's out of place right now. There's no way he's going to be able to get there in time.
Yeah.
And I don't see any. I mean, IND guys have no plan There is no game plan, absolutely no game plan. I see White here, but he's not trying to attack. I mean, White is there to protect Lucky, who's the Mongol player. Lucky should be the one that takes advantage of Mongols and attacks Ipir. But he doesn't do that. He's actually playing defensive.
Yeah, and we do see here a siege factor coming from Knight Rider. That's a good idea, but it just looks like Lucky's just nowhere near. Like, he doesn't have any economy or units to help out in any means.
It's late. Yeah.
Mayan player has a pretty good economy, gonna get up mill 2 now. And American's player has kind of a meh economy.
Lucky is trying to ride relics, but another unit gonna be wasted.
Yeah, hoplites into these archers.
Yeah, that's a good call. Always protect relics.
Yeah, unfortunate pick off there for Lucky. Tried to raid those relics, but gonna lose those heavy infantry, and that's a big deal. You know, losing a couple units here and there, and not raiding your opponent's rares can really stink and give the edge to your opponent. And especially games like these where you really need every single unit you can for a rush.
And both of them, both Lucky and Reader, are senator. I mean, Ipir could easily just go for attrition, and he will be safe.
Yeah, and I'm actually a little disappointed in myself that I haven't gotten attrition at this point. I really should be like, okay, well, I've scouted the siege factory, I see the catapult now, still don't have attrition, really need it. Bit of a mistake from my part.
Yeah, you should have gone for it. You should have gone for it sooner, but I don't think it's too late.
No, it's not too late. Here we see a push. They're gonna start. There's a unit here. There's a single siege. There's not a second siege queued up for Knight Rider actually, and that means I'm gonna have a bit of time to save this off. Attrition's coming now, and I have a temple, but nothing else. There's some units here. Let's see where Namillo is. Namillo is getting up stable near there, and I mean, his barracks is way far away, so Pear could be in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, IND might be able to sneak a stack here, but that's about it. There's no way they're gonna be able to hold this. They might be able to get a quick sack, and that's it.
I don't think they will get the cap stack.
Yeah, probably not, because there's a lot of militia there too for Pear, so this should be fine.
Yeah.
And we see Namillo now getting mill 2. And we see...
Yeah, Namilox, at this point, Namilox is already too strong. They didn't do any damage by now again. It's basically a mirror from last game. Namilox is very strong now, no way they win this.
Yeah, and we're starting to see some skirmishing, and all the militia are pulled for Ipir. There's not enough heavy infantry here. Army compositions are definitely off from Lucky's side. And Lucky and Knight Riders, it's just they just don't have enough units now, and they're not going to be able to win this fight.
That wasn't even a close rush, because he didn't even reduce that city completely. I mean.
Yeah, and I accidentally pulled my miners by mistake. Whoops. But I mean, on the other side, it was Sheer that was raiding Knight Rider's metal mine in the meantime, because he saw, well, Knight Rider's trying to double his ally on the other side, and so he's like, okay, well, there's no units here, I'm just going to walk in, take some unit kills if I can, just try and cause some havoc, which is a nice move from his part. Yeah,
Reader, now after they failed the rush, Reader is asking the boom, while Namilox has already gotten Colossus.
Yeah, this once again, it's just bad awareness from IND, and if you're gonna rush, you don't want to rush with archers. I mean, Lucky I don't think have any heavy infantry. If he did, it wasn't that many. And so you see Napata, like Serg said, it wasn't even half reduced. Now Namillo's been booming. He's got enough little defensive army there, some archers, some horse archers. That's enough to defend. Just once again, all the early opportunities are gone. Just completely gone. And Lucky's library is way behind.
Yeah,
he just finally got signed.
I'm trying to look for a way in which IND could still win this, and I'm not finding anything.
No, because again, look at how AS built. I mean, they're just amazing city placement here. They're just controlling terrain. You know, they have all the mountains pretty much.
I mean, let's look at Knight Rider, right? Like, he's doing okay, right? He's gotten the Hanging Gardens to try and catch up in the boom. His economy is starting to roll along, but like, where is he supposed to rotate? Like, But like
He
where,
can't. He's
where's
pinned.
he can't go to the left because there's a river there.
He's
He
completely
can't go
pinned.
up, there's a mountain. There to the right, there's also a river. Like he can't do anything,
Yeah.
right?
He's completely pinned down, and there's nowhere to even really expand for him. Where he's gonna, he had to build his third city back. All three of these cities are just sitting ducks. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
It's a tough spot.
IND had to act quick here. They had to act quick before Namilox get this point where he's already too strong.
Yeah, he's already too strong. And you see, Lucky's only got 6 metal. Predator's got 10, but he's only using 6, so that's a little bit better.
He's also far from aging. He needs another 3 minutes to age 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just not enough food income at this point. That early mill as well as the failed rush really hurting him. We do see Knight Rider sending out some some raiding units here. Horse Archer coming along. That's a nice choice. Maybe they can catch up if they can steal some momentum back by really raiding a lot. And then we do see here awkward fight for Shere Khan here. He has to cross the river in order to engage these archers. These archers are all upgraded, so it's a pretty bad fight for Shere and a pretty good fight.
It's good defense
Predator.
here. Yeah, good defense for Predator here.
You can just
And
pick
yeah,
off all
aging
these
as well.
units.
Yeah.
Shere has the bad attacking position. I mean, he doesn't have nowhere to go.
Yeah, he needs to
Maybe
come
he
around
will-
to the top here by Koja. You see, he's got a space here between the mountain and the forest. That'd be better.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. And we
Yeah,
do
if
see
he goes up
raids
there,
continuing.
he'll be fine. Yeah, decent raids from Pear here as well. Gonna take out this wool merchant.
Yeah.
It's gonna be annoying. Harass some of these farms. And that's very annoying if you're lucky.
200 Tico.
What did you
Yep.
say, Serg?
Namilox is almost on 200 Tico.
Yeah, he's booming.
Yeah, I
around.
mean, look at that.
He's on fire.
He's
Yeah.
had all the space in the world to boom, and that's what happens. He
Yeah.
has a small army now, but that army is gonna be very large very soon. And this is a nice little army raid from Eat the Pair here. You trading well, just raiding the already weakened Lucky. Doesn't have many units.
And now you see Namilo's come with 3 catapults. Doesn't have a big army yet, but these 3 catapults are gonna do some big damage here.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time until he's gonna pump out units with that Colossus.
Yeah, and he's got all these crossbows, so now Lucky wants to build a bunch of heavy infantry. They're just gonna get slaughtered. It's you don't need those anymore. Now you
Yeah,
get to
he
go
needs
back
to
to
cancel
get
these and
archers.
try to age up as soon as possible.
Yeah,
His economy is at this point really poor. I don't know where his income is.
Lucky
Yeah,
is way too slow. He's aging way too slow.
especially for Mongols. And once again, he did the wrong order, right? He did the rush earlier with archers, and now he's going to build a bunch of phalanx. And this phalanx are not the best for defense. Yes, they'll take out some heavy cavalry, but look, Namilo's only got 2 heavy cavalry, so you don't have to worry too much about that. You can counter with your own heavy cavalry. So
And it appears he's building a city back here. He will get plus 30 from relics now.
Yeah.
oh, that'll be amazing. Yep. Although Knight Rider is doing a good job, he's raiding relics at the
Yeah,
moment.
nice work.
So-
I'm at 1920 right now. 1920. This is a nice little raid from Knight Rider. Just making sure, forcing the attention away, so maybe they can somehow take a good fight at the front. But I mean, what is Lucky supposed to do? I mean, he's only now gonna age up. He's very far behind both Namilo and Eat the Pair. Let's take a
Yeah, and
how
you look at his
Predators
score.
do.
He's not even at 2,000 score. That's just super low. It's gonna be hard for him to catch up, especially when we get close to gunpowder, which Namilo will be at gunpowder at some point. It's gonna be, and Knight Rider's positioning of these cities is it's brutal. These 3 cities are just right in the middle.
Yeah, like
So
what?
it's tough.
You can't do anything. Like you can't go left.
You're
you can't go right,
you're literally
you
a
can't go up,
sitting
you're
duck.
stuck.
Yeah. I mean, he's lucky that.
I mean, Dallas is pretty open. They could capture Dallas.
No, we were
Oh,
saying
100%.
like if you're a Knight
Yeah.
Rider, you can't move, right? You just
Yeah, you're,
Like, it's
you're
really hard
completely
to
stuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if I was Khan here, I mean, this is fine. He's going to Yaksha, but it's a Mayan city, so it's harder to take. They're stronger. He should just rotate up and come, and you could take Kansas City right through that where Serg and I were talking about, between the mountain and woods there.
yeah.
And it's pretty easy. He could probably rush it right there and take it.
I see a
pretty
fight
easily.
going on between Sheer and Predator.
Yeah, these
Even
units are
Predator-
clumped up. They're ready to fight. Let's take a look at the unit compositions. There's 4 heavy cavalries, 7 archers, and 3 heavy infantry, as well as the light cavalry for Predator. He doesn't have armor, whereas Sheer doesn't have armor either. He's walking in some heavy infantry, which might get picked off here. He has 3 heavy cavalry, 3 crossbows, and 5 heavy infantry. Not sure who's going to win this fight. I think it's going to be Predator because he has the home territory advantage. But he's currently moving his units in and might lose some units. I'm not sure. His archers aren't shooting.
The Spanish player will win it.
Yeah, his
It's
general's
close
a little
here.
out of position.
Yeah, it's a little. Neither one's microing that great, but it looks like Khan will get the edge here with those crossbows.
And
Yeah,
it's the
those
crossbows and the
doing great
Spanish
work.
heavy infantry. It's just completely
Yeah,
cleaned up
there's-
all of Predator's
Those horses, yeah.
horses. And the problem is, Predator just walked in with those archers. The archers could have stayed back a little bit, and I think he would have won that fight. But as a
Yeah,
result,
because
he's
the
not.
archers actually are good against those Scutari. They're pretty good against the Royal
I'm
Scutari.
at 21-12 right now.
Okay, I'm at 21-20, so you're just like a couple seconds behind me, but no worries.
Okay.
All right, now we see either pair are going to go for Science 3, whereas Namilo's going to go for Mill 3, and I mean, he's already at 100 population. I mean, compared to 64 of Lucky and 62 of Knight Rider, it's going to be really tough for them to catch up here. Now Sheer's just walking over this army, going to raid blind.
This is pretty much the same situation we saw last game. You have where IND was in a situation where they could rush and actually could have put a lot of pressure on Napata, but instead now they're playing defense. And you know, if you went mill 1 like Lucky did, and now you have to play defense, that's just the worst recipe because you didn't get a chance to boom, and now you're gonna have to try and play catch up while being attacked. Although he is gonna, no, yeah, he's in trouble. He's in trouble. He's gonna go Comm 2, which is fine, I guess. But Khan Balit is in big trouble here.
Yeah, we do see raids continuing on the backside for Knight Rider. These units going uncontested. That's a nice work from Knight Rider. I mean,
It's better than nothing, but it's not going to save Khan Balit. So,
yeah. I mean, this city looks like it's in a lot of trouble. It looks like one siege got picked off here, but now Para is here as well as Namilo, so they're going to be able to take this city. Knight Rider has some units, and Lucky also has some units, but I mean, Namilo has armor and a much larger army than either, and Para will have armor soon, so I'm not holding my breath here. We do see a charge going in for Kambalit. It's going to get backed off. On the backside, still, it's Knight Rider raiding continuously in the back. That's nice work from him.
Yeah, I like those rides. I mean, if they accomplished anything this game, it was the rides.
Yeah. Do you see here a forced march from Knight Rider, and Pear still doesn't have armor even though he has Mill 3. That's a big mistake from him. Looks like they're microing all right, but it's going to be Namilo with this massive army that's going to win the fight overall, because we see here Knight Rider's running away, but he's going to get caught now.
And if you can cycle the libraries real quick, it just show there's a huge discrepancy here in libraries.
Lucky has gotten Mill 2, Civic 2, Commerce 2, and Science 1. Knight Rider, let's see, he's gotten Mill 2, Civic 2, Commerce 2, and Science 3, or Science 2, I mean. Whereas compared to Pair 3223 and Namilo also 3223, both of them ready to age very soon. They have booming economies. Looks like they are retreating for the time being. Nice little movement there from Knight Rider having some cavalry on the right side, so they're going to stave off the assault at Complete. Nice work from them. On the other side,
no, the retreats. This is really a feigned retreat because you're just gonna age, go back in, and just kill. So it's not even like a real retreat here. It's just why waste when you can just age in a couple minutes and go in and slaughter Lucky and Knight Rider because they're not gonna be able to age anytime soon.
Here we see Lucky going for pyramids. His economy is doing all right. He just doesn't have enough metal at this point, and I think that's why he's going for pyramids. But they're just short on mountains because they're kind of cramped in from all sides.
Yeah, Lucky's still only using 6 metal, unfortunately, and he's nowhere near getting a smelter, so that's gonna continue to hurt him.
Yeah.
Looks like Sheer is driven back momentarily, but he'll get Commerce 2 very soon, or Science 3. Whereas let's look at Predator. Predator is 3222, so he's actually a little bit ahead of Sheer in terms of In terms of library and army size, I guess Sheer is a little bit behind, but you know the Spanish heavy infantry are pretty good.
Yeah,
and,
the Spanish army would win against Maya. Spanish army is very strong.
Yeah, especially in gunpowder, those heavy infantry are just some of the best heavy infantry in the game.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be close. They'll probably age around the same time.
But it's gonna be really hard because on the right side at least, because Namilo and Pear are both pretty close to aging. They just need.
Oh, that side's done. I mean, it's whatever. They're completely dead over there. It's really just up to the Predator. If he can age faster and try and start overrunning Sheer, but Sheer's got a nice size army. He's gonna be fine. A good composition here too. I like this. All these heavy cavalry with the Scutari. And a few crossbows to support.
Sheer's actually
I like
a
the
little bit
raids
short
here
on crossbows.
I like the raids here by the pier on China. I mean on Mongols, on Lucky's woodcutter. Do you see those?
Yeah, there's a couple units here that pick
this is a nice raid.
stuff.
Yep.
He did a lot of damage here. I mean, Lucky's wood income is a big hit.
Yeah, it's down to 140. But if you look at the composition difference back over, look at, once again, Predator, all these pikemen, just not an ideal defensive unit. I mean, I get it, you want to stave off some of those heavy cavalry, but you're better off just making your own heavy cavalry to fight, you know, heavy versus heavy, because those crossbows will just slaughter those pikemen in seconds.
I mean,
so
but if you do look, I mean, Sheer only has 4 crossbows. If you're a Predator, I actually think you need to go heavy on the archers here. Archers are good against the heavy cavalry, or against the heavy infantry of Sheer.
The Royal Scutari, that's
Scutari.
true.
The Mayan player has a bigger army, but I'm sure the Spanish player will win this encounter again.
Yeah, these Scutaris are just gonna kill all these horses.
Well, let's see, because I see that it's pretty even here.
Yeah, but better micro from Sheer, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna start the fight here. I'm at 26-16. Let's see, both players have armor, it looks like, so they're clean in that section. Sheer is a spy, and so does Predator, both players having 1 spy, which is nice work. We see the micro knights off to the right. Sheer's knights are just standing in the front right now, which is a bit of a mistake. He's going to run them into all these pikemen and probably lose them momentarily. That's a big blunder there. But he has done a good job moving back to the Royal Scutari to take out the heavy cavalry of Predator. These archers doing good work, but there's a single knight that snuck in, and now all the archers are target firing that heavy cavalry. On the right side, again, the Milo's going to start sieging, and Knight Rider's going to start sieging.
Yeah, the right side doesn't even matter. It's really just only about the left side. That's only because you guys have both aged.
On the left side, I think it will be go on like this for another hour, because none of these two can kill each other. Man is hard to kill, and Spanish is pretty slow. I think that the game will end with the right side.
Yeah, it's gonna end pretty soon here. It's really only Predator has a chance here. He's got to just try and push back the Spanish army, but Sheer keeps out microing him, so that's tough for him.
And out army compositioning him.
Yeah. But if Predator could win this battle, right? If he could kill all of this army, maybe do a feigned retreat, engage, just try and keep drawing him in so you can get some city fire and some of this fort fire to help you support and kill some of these units. Segovia's wide open. He could just start snowballing, right? He could take Segovia, follow the merchant trail, run up right up Madrid, and
but I mean,
put a lot of
I think it's a little too late. I mean, this is a brutal raid in the back here from Shere Khan, grading silver right when all of the players are getting close to aging.
Yeah, I see
Absolutely
that. That is brutal.
Really nice work from Shere.
There's nothing more annoying than that, right?
Raiding was very good, very good. The perfect moment.
Yep, that's exactly when you want to raid silver, is right when they're about to age. It's so frustrating. Because you look at their libraries now, they're all in a position to age kind of soon.
It's also a free monarchy for America as soon as they are gunpowder.
Yeah, that's a big power spike, but
that's a huge huge
I mean,
advantage.
it's a problem. Sheer actually gonna get all of these merchants here in this night going completely unopposed. Really nice work. On the backside here, Lucky's actually raiding Namilo, and Namilo's not doing a great job staving it off. He does have a light horse coming in now. probably will be able to take it out.
Namilok has a huge army, but he has no scout in it, and IND has a single scout, while Reader has 6 spies, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's a smart move.
That's
yeah.
a good move.
Yep. Yeah, just bribe all those heavy cavalry, and it's gonna help you a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could
Looks
get
like we're ready
6...
for a charge here. Para does have
Yeah.
Monarch and Namilo. Let's see. Looks like he's also getting his own Monarch. This is a massive army from him. I mean, even with 6 spies, I don't think it's going to be enough to win this fight. Monarch is a big deal for both of these players. None of them, they're all an age down in army, and their armies are smaller.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. But at least he can maybe take 6 heavy knights. That would be nice.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure where his...
I think it's can't hold, and so he's trying to back off. But in fact, it's going to be Namilo's actually the first one to blink and he's actually going to be the first one to blink, and he's going to be a little slow in the action on the draw here. And these spies are exposed. He's not using them, so they're going to start.
Yeah, he just suicided these spies.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, against one scout, this is it's really easy to get around one scout. You just got to find where the scout is, and then just put your spies to the opposite side.
Here has spammed actually a lot of units, I think. He's going to win his side as well, actually.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Like
yep.
In gunpower, Spanish are just unbeatable, I think. Maybe French and India. French and India could be the only 2 nations that would take.
Yeah, but those Spanish tercios slaughter elephants.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they do. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. The French with the supply wagon and a monarch is just nasty.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to deal with that. But Spanish tercios against Maya should have no problem here. Should be able to just walk right through them.
Yeah. I guess we can fast forward. It's done.
Yeah, I think there's
it's
no way they're going to be able to hold the city of Alamat.
No point.
And it looks like Knight Rider will age, Predator will age, Lucky can age.
Yeah, Lucky doesn't have a library. He has no metal income, 0 right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so let's talk about this game. What really went wrong for IND in this game?
They weren't aggressive enough. That's just like last time. I mean, Lucky, it should have come. The aggression should have started from Lucky. He, as the Mongol player, should have just started his aggression against IND and kill actually, because he's the tier 1 player and he has to. I mean, not the tier 1 player. He's the tier 1 nation. If we want to judge by the tier, he's the tier 10 player. I mean, honestly, man, he played horrible.
Yeah, well, it's just I agree with Serg. It really came down to Lucky again this game. When you have the tier 1 nation, it's really on you to make something happen, especially if you mill one. But as we saw, he wasn't able to kill or harass enough early, and just kind of gave up on that. But I also think Knight Rider should have just came over. He did the best he could, I guess, considering the situation. But if him and he did okay. But him and Lucky, just no communication there. You got to talk and say, guys, let's go all in on Para. He's sitting here, he's exposed.
Exactly.
But there was none of that. It was just like they're just doing their own thing. Whereas AS, it's clear they have a clear strategy. AS here, right? Let Namilo go boom in the back, and then Sheer and Para just support them, and it's like the same strategy. You know.
It was a lot of lack of creativity. I mean, Predator should have easily came and rushed together the Nubian player, IND, and do some damage, because Spanish needs a lot of time to rush. They are a pretty slow nation, and I'm sure.
Yeah, especially against Maya. Maya's very hard to rush.
Exactly, it's very hard to rush, and they are fast at the start, so they can easily pull out the rush.
I agree. You could have just stacked up. All you needed right at this Mayan city where Para is now, for example, just one temple, one tower, one lookout. You don't need any units there. It's gonna be able to hold, an early rush. Even if you lose that city, you can come back because you're gonna get the sack over here at Napata anyways. So
all summed up, I don't see that IND could win a game in a booming race against AS. But the only chance they could have is if they go aggressive. With aggression, they could do something. But in a booming race, even if they have better hours, they won't win.
Yeah, it's true. I agree.
And that's a lot of it comes with experience, right? Just like playing a lot of these longer games, knowing which text to go for, knowing what unit composition to go for, knowing what your role is and where you should need to rotate in order to make things happening. You know that those are the really hallmark signs of players that know how to play in the longer game. And unfortunately for IND, they just weren't able to string that together here. Now the city of Alamote's taken, and this game looks very over. Sheer is aged. Maya player has aged. It only has a couple arquebusiers, but Sheer's army is massive.
Yeah, but they don't lack experience. The IND team. I'm not sure about Predator if he's new or not, but Lucky and Reader, they are all players, man. I mean, I've been playing with them in Game 5, maybe not with Lucky, but regarding Lucky, there have been like, I mean, myself and Fallfire tried to teach him for like the past 3 years. He just can't get it.
Yeah, and that's really unfortunate. Now we see the militia are pulled, but that's not going to work against an Age 4 army. And that's going to be it for this game number 2. Again, another convincing victory for AS, and AS is going to go up 2-0. So these two games were played in one day. These were played in one day, and then the next games were played all in a different session. So IND had a little bit of time to reevaluate, regroup, figure out what's happening, and GGs are called.
And that's actually an advantage for the IND. They can get the replays, watch them together, maybe do some practice matches, be like, okay, we see what they're going to do here, right? In the first two games, like we saw, it's let Namillo boom, pair and con support, and then Namillo kills and you get gunpowder. You know, it's like
if IND gonna play basic run, they have no chance. They have to do new things. They have to try strategies. They have to rush. They have to be aggressive, or they won't stand a chance. They have to do something new.
Yeah, a triple on pair. This game would have been perfect. They had a perfect situation for that. And
actually, the only good option they have.
Yeah, it would have been perfect, literally perfect, because you have the mine on the other side. Like I said, even if you lose one city, it's not a big deal. You can go take it back, or you can just build another city. It's whatever. If you get, you know, trading a second city for a cap is, I'll trade that every day of the week.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, and Namilox was booming hard in the starts. They could have easily killed it appear.
Yeah. All right. So that is going to be it for game number 2. Let's take a look at the quick game stats here. It's Namillo with the most kills and Lucky with the most losses, clearly. And economy-wise, Namillo with the most economy. There's no surprises about that. You know, clearly he was just given a lot of time to boom, and so yeah, that is going to be it for game number 2 here.
Yeah, we're gonna take a break right now, right?
Yes, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break.
I have to cook my salmon, but I'm gonna be back in time. I'm gonna leave it on a small fire.
Okay, no worries. All right, so we'll be back in 5 minutes. Hope to see everybody then.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's
Okay.
finish this.
Hey
My
guys,
guess is this is
welcome.
going to be the last game.
Maybe. Welcome
Probably.
back. We are going to be casting game number 3 of AS versus IND. So far, it has looked like AS is clearly in control, but maybe IND have a chance to get it back together. And now, this is now being the third game, some of the nations are starting to dry up. We've seen some of the standard go-to picks drying up. British, Americans, all that, Iroquois. So now we're going to see maybe some more niche picks from these players. Hope everybody's excited for game number 3. All right, so I gotta load it up. All right, and then switch to the game here. Hope everybody's enjoying the stream so far, and I should actually look through the chat and say hello to some people. Hey, I see Jatin, I see Namilo, I see Trees, Chipa. How's it going? I saw Sheer earlier. I see Soren. How's it going? And I see Kike. What's up? Hope everybody is enjoying the stream thus far. And we're going to jump into game number 3, AS versus IND.
Yep, let's do it.
All right. I'm at 1 second when you guys are ready.
Let's
go.
3, 2, 1, go. All right. So we actually had some lag issues, so we read and then we started again, which is why we set the map to be old world and the nations all picked. But yeah, it's gonna be old world. Let's take a look at the players and their nations. Here, I canceled my city really quick, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But let's take a look at the players and their nations. We have AS Mastercon or Sheer with Bantu, AS Mad Duelist X with Indians, easy to pair with Russians. Are up against IND Lucky with Romans, IND Knight Rider with Greeks, and IND Predator with Germans. So same players overall. But olddirtyh, I channeled your spirit here, and I decided to go.
Thank
with
you.
Russians.
I see that, and I called you out on that pair. I was like, I want to see some Russian play. So
Yeah.
this is amazing. Serg, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Russia can be a really good nation. A really good nation.
Especially in the support role. And the support role, they're just so awesome, in my opinion. That early attrition is just is really underrated.
And here we can talk about the reason.
It's hard to kill them.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Yeah, here we can talk about the reason why I canceled my city. It's because I'm Russians, and I had a citizen near the middle, and so I just went for that. And I'm just lucky enough to spawn next to gems, so that's going to be really good.
And that's sick.
Yeah.
Russians
that
with
was a good
gems
call
is
by you.
just amazing call.
Yeah.
Plus, you're going to get all these trees here and a nice little mountain.
Yeah, and so it's going to work out for me. Let's take a look at the other nations in this game, though. So we see Bantu picked from Sheer, as well as Indians from Namilo here. And then for IND, they've got Germans, Romans, and Greeks. I think IND have pretty standard picks here. Germans is a pretty fast nation, pretty solid. Greeks are one of the strongest nations in Tier 3, and then Romans are also pretty good, especially on this map where gathering wealth can be a little hard. So I don't know, who do you guys think has the edge in terms of nations, at least?
Based on how these players play, I think that I'd have to say that AS has the best nations, the better nations again.
Yeah.
But I see that. I'm a big fan of Greeks, and I think that Greeks can be an amazing Russian nations if they get well drafted.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah,
especially age 3 rush by Greeks is just sick. If you can do an age 3 rush.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, if you don't even have to hurry up for H3 as Greeks. You can just put a lot of pressure in H2, and you're already gonna be H faster in 3 because Greeks have a lot of knowledge from early on. So it's easy actually. You just have to press, constant press.
Yeah.
And their heavy cavalry is just the best in the game. Well, I like the French too, but those strati are so fast. They're nice. They're really nice.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely going to be Greeks are a pretty solid nation in the later game, but so are Bantu. Bantu, one of their principal powers is the population. That's a big bonus for them, as well as they also have a pretty good mix of other powers. Let's take a look at where the players have spawned, though. In the very far right, isolated from everybody else in his own world, we have Namilo X, AS Mad Duelist X here on the right side, the yellow Indian player. Then we have myself, the green Russian player, pretty spawned in the middle there. And then next to myself, we have the orange Bantu player, AS Mastercon, who actually were sharing wood because Sheer had no wood in his territory. And then next to Sheer, we have the light blue Greeks player, IND Knight Rider, and he's got access to this big patch of forest here.
Yeah, that's
On
nice.
the bottom side, we have IND Predator, the red German player, and IND Lucky, the white Romans player. So who do you guys think this setup favors in terms of where people have spawned?
I like Namilok's placement. He has a lot of time to do what he did. Booming, and we saw that he can boom pretty well. And with India, if he gets some time alone, he will be unstoppable again.
Yeah, and we do see here Predator gonna get up a pretty fast library, and so I'm interested to see what will come out of him, as well as the Greeks player. Looks like they've gotten 5 farms. Let's take a quick look at the ruin count here. Does look like Sheer has the most ruins, but everybody else is pretty even, 3 to 5, so nobody's doing super poorly. But it does look like Sheer is actually definitely a little on the slow side. We do see Knight Rider already getting up the library and having some resources in bank, whereas Sheer only getting down the 4th farm. Looks like he's in a lot of trouble, actually.
Yeah, but look at Lucky. Lucky's only got 4 farms too, so it kind of cancels that out.
A bit slow on both of these players, but it does look like the German player is going to go for either an early Civ or Mill. Let's see what it is. Going to go for Mill, and that could be a lot of trouble for the AS players. I mean, only now we see the 5th farm going up for MasterCon. Library is going up for ETH pair here, and let's see what I'm interested to see what also tech comes out of the Knight Rider Greek player. He's going to go for a Civic 1 and going to get down that second city fast.
That's fine, because this is typically what you do, right? With 1 Civ, 1 Mill. That's fine. I guess he's gonna try and secure diamonds here. Is that the play?
Yeah, it looks like it.
I like the fact that he went for C1.
Yeah, and it's Greek too, so they're super fast. Although he is sieving away from the diamonds, so I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's trying to protect his wood, but this is a bit of a mistake from Predator. If he goes Mill like this, he needs to get his citizen in place ahead of time.
Yeah, he's slow now.
Yeah, now he's slow. Now he's gonna go for commerce because he has the resources. But now his builder is a little bit off.
And we've seen this in the tournament. I don't understand this, right? If you're gonna mill 1, commit to making some units. Why the hell are you gonna waste all this resources on the Civ? Right? You might as well just calm 1 then, because now you're not gonna be able to get any units out fast enough. So you could see he could be easily coming to your city pair. With he could have had a Solduri out
probably
a minute ago.
Mine. Well, actually, probably mine. Never mind. Yeah, you're right.
I think that either peer could easily secure middle with that gems and Russia. He could just cut through light blue and red actually with his 3rd city when he builds.
Oh yeah. No, the Russia's. You're gonna see full power of Russia here. This is a great city placement with gems. It's gonna burn up this whole middle here, and it looks like. Predator's just going to go the completely opposite way. He's not even going to find that city anyways.
Yeah, and the reason I went Civ first here is because I thought they were going to mill, so I just wanted to make sure I can get my city down and make sure I didn't get denied.
And look at Predator. He lost most of, and Idapir is not even using gems yet.
Yeah, he's going to start burning an attrition here with Bowman. The city is finished. This woodcutter
once again,
pushed a little bit.
This is that amazing power of Russians. He looked at attrition early. He's just burning these guys down in age 1. I mean, that's such an underrated advantage to have for defensive purposes.
Sheer's gone mill first here because that's what you do to counter this sort of rush. But it looks like Predator's having trouble finding Sheer's wood camp. Doesn't realize they've not done a great job scouting. They don't realize that is actually in my territory.
Yep, and it's pretty far away actually, and they're just gonna burn up in your territory. So. Yeah. Perry, once you're able to use these gems here, that's going to be just really big trouble for IND.
Diamonds is going down, and look where Red places his woodcutter.
He's toasted. He's in big trouble.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be really tough. He's going to pull some citizens, but that is not very good against Bantu archers, which can just kite backwards. This merchant might survive. Oh, it does survive with 4 HP. Sheer left before sniping it off. That's a bit of a mistake from him. Let's talk about the rares quickly, because this game is pretty action-packed so far. For IND, they've got diamonds here next to Predator's wood camp, which is pretty exposed. On the left side, there's silver and horses, as well as Pappy. All pretty good rares. Below them, there's Relics next above Berlin, and Citrus there, whatever. Citrus is probably the worst rare thus far. There's Salt right next to Rome, and Dye to the right of Aquilea, and then on the very bottom side, there's Marble. On the other side for the AS team, they've got, what do they have? They have Silk on the top side. There's, as well as Spice on the top side. There's Obsidian above Moscow. There's Gems right next to Moscow, as we said. There's Tobacco and Copper on the very right side, as well as Wine next to Delhi. And there's also Peacocks next to Indore, the second Indian city from Namilo. And we do see the raids continuing here. Sheer doing a nice job making sure to micro backwards, using his Bantu powers quite effectively. So what would you say, guys? Who do you think has a better set of rares?
I like that. I like the fact that Rome has Salt here. I'm not expecting to see a rush from Lucky, but if I were Rome in this situation, I would just save wood, maybe age without military and spam like 3 barracks and go to a rush.
100%. That's pretty much.
Yeah, just wait. With
yeah.
Romans, you get a heavy before.
Yeah, those free heavy infantry are so underrated. People, you don't see. I see too many players doing the age 1 barracks with Rome, and it's just a waste. Just do a fast age and get those free heavies. I mean,
you can cover yourself as Rome even if you get raided because you have a free tower without military. You can build
exactly.
You don't need
100%. Yeah, I agree. I would like to see Paris sneak around and use this die really quick and get a quick Civ 2 and then just run away. That would be fun.
Where is Die? I don't.
Die's on the
it's
below Indore, between Rome and India here. Nice little tower from Namilo.
But you see here, Lucky already again. This is I hate this move. This early barracks from Rome. There's really no reason for it at all.
He's
just fast age and
if he goes
get the
for
free
this,
heavy
he needs to
infantry.
go for it much earlier. You're at this point 9 minutes into the game. Your opponent's already going to have archers and stuff, so really no point to go for mill or get that stuff. Here we see another raid on diamonds here. The tower is coming from Knight Rider, but not going to be there. And these light infantry
Predator lost
that
wood camp. Yeah, Predator's going to lose that wood camp.
Sheer is putting great pressure there. I mean, yeah, that's good Bantu play.
Yeah, these Bantu light infantry is doing a really great job microing them. Should be able to deny this tower also because there's only a single citizen here and there's no units here. I mean, like what is Predator supposed to do? He can't make slingers because those will just get run down, and all of the other units will also get run down and kited for days.
Yep.
Yeah, if you micro well with these Spanish or these Bantu and Picati, it's Bantu. Yeah, they're just so effective, and then he comes right to the rocks here, so he gets a defensive bonus.
Yeah,
nice.
Bantu is a powerhouse.
Yeah, in the right hands for sure, and I think Sheer's proven he's definitely skilled enough to use them.
Yeah, I mean he's just kiting backwards. He's going to drag these heavy infantry out of position. But he is behind in terms of aging. I mean, he only has 80 food income. He needs to pull some citizens.
It's fine. Now you have Namilo, so you have Mr. Boom. He'll be fine. So all he's got to do is just not die and just harass.
Yeah. Lucky has a good eco. I mean, great wealth income.
Yeah. 62 wealth income is pretty good. He's going to age up very soon.
He's nice Rome, is to be expected. Yep.
And going to get a second market. I like that choice. So now he has plus 110, plus 110. He's going to go for Science 1 before aging. I think you should do the other way around, just so you can age and put down the stuff, but it's fine. Whatever.
And once again, what was the point of this barracks here?
Yeah, it just didn't accomplish anything with it.
Nothing. It was a waste of wood. He could have got the Psy, a while ago, aged even sooner, and then get the free heavy infantry. Because he's going to age anyways without doing anything.
A problem for IND, they haven't scouted that silver that's just on the border of, just past the border of Knight Rider's territory. It's, it's a bit of a lazy scouting. There's a big patch of black here. There's nothing there. They're like, okay, well, I assume there's nothing there. So a little bit lazy from their part. But the tower at Diamonds does finish up, so that's nice work from them. Also, this Relics, I mean, I think IND have the better rares for the long game this time. They have Pappy, they have Relics, they have Diamonds. Pretty solid rares for the late game.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they could find silver, but now it's not going to help them.
Yeah, that's true.
I dislike the fact that Reader goes for Science 2, even if he has Pappy. I mean, look at Sheer. Sheer is really far behind. And the Greek player with the Despot and don't go science. Just save the wealth, spam some archers, get heavy cavalry and press, and you can kill so easily because it is in a pretty bad position. I mean, he has that mountain. It's pretty tough for him to help. The Greek player could have very easily killed the Bantu one here.
Yeah, I mean the Bantu player this is gonna be like a 13-minute finish aging because he slowed himself down to try and raid diamonds continuously, which I mean it was good, but he's gonna be very slow now. He's only gonna be able to click up to age.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, he can get away with that because you look at Namillo in the back, just free booming once again.
Yeah,
it's
but
the third game in a row.
Yeah, but here we see, Namillo's not straight up booming again. He's going to go for a Senator build. He's actually raiding with War Elephants. This is a really, really hard to deal with raid. What you need to do as the IND team, you need to get out your Senator and just bribe the elephants.
That's really the best way. Or
get
a few militia. Militia acts are really good, but
you don't want to get your militia research that early. You just have to try and
Yeah, the Senator's really the best way, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, this elephant's unkillable, right? Like,
pretty much.
There's 3 elephants now.
No, he stopped. Lucky was going for a bribe here, but that got away.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah. Bribe gonna come along, trying to bribe this war elephant.
It's good micro from Namillo. Just getting out of trouble.
Yeah, he's just running away. I'm at 13-11. I think you guys are a little bit ahead, but not by too much.
Yeah, I'm 30 seconds ahead. I will.
Okay. I mean, this bribe's almost finished. If Namillo could lose his elephant, it's very close. But Lucky moves away for some reason. I don't really know why.
Yeah, it is.
I think he could have finished up that bribe.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he just he got focused on the salt, I guess.
You see Hanging Gardens thrown down for Predator, and I think that's a good choice. When you're up against, Russia and Bantu, who are just like a little on the slow side, you could just outboom them. There's, it might be a little tough to rush, especially considering, Knight Rider's gone for that Science 2 build, but it's going to be a little hard to rush. We do see Namillo starting to attack into a tower with a elephant. A bit of a mistake here. I think here we were pinging him, but he was busy microing on the other side, so...
yeah, and he looks like he's going to get one bribe finally by Lucky.
Yeah, that's a really painful bribe for Namillo to lose.
Yep.
But he is causing a lot of damage. I mean, this elephant here is still alive.
Yeah, 3 elephants. He has 3 elephants around the map, running around, and that's big deal.
Yeah, it's very annoying.
Very tough to deal with. And especially he's Indian, so as soon as he ages, they're all going to free upgrade and be even more annoying because they get the ranged elephant.
Yeah, and now we see Ether has used that die to get that Civic 2, and I'm gonna try to sneak a city in this left side here, where the barracks of Predator is. I'm at 1433 now.
If you finish that city, it will be game over.
Yeah, I'm at 1433 right now. Let's take a look at the Greeks player. Greeks player is actually pretty close to aging. Doesn't have much army right now. Bantu player has recovered somewhat. Gone for Senator, which I think is a good choice, but the economy's not really there. Still nowhere close to aging. Does have a couple units, which is good, and choosing to go primarily infantry, which is a nice choice, getting up that stable now.
Yeah, and it's some nice little rares here in the back from Knight Rider. It's only 1 light cavalry, so it takes forever, but there's nothing back to protect these silks, so he's gonna kill these silk merchants, it looks like.
Yeah.
And Namillo is going to secure die, so that'll be nice for you, pair. For a nice rush with die is nice.
I'm at 1513, and I put down the city. We do see some skirmishing here. I think I deleted I might delete a heavy cavalry because I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, you misclicked there.
Yeah, that was a bit mistake. But fortunately, for some reason, Predator just let me walk away with these archers. It's gonna take another shot, but I had to leave the heavy horse there. Heavy horse there.
But if you can get this city down here, I mean, this is nasty placement for a Russian city. It's gonna cut these guys right in half. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the raids from Namillo continue raiding Pappy now with those war elephants. Nice work. And the Greeks player has aged. I mean, he's doing pretty well. He's gonna get crossbows. I think he should get the trebuchet upgrade now because he should realize he's gonna have a better army than Sheer does. And so if he can translate to concrete advantage by raiding, and he can make something happen. Still, this light horse from Knight Rider finally gonna pick it off.
Yeah, if I'm him though, if I'm Knight Rider, I just say forget Sheer for now. He's far behind, and I come to the middle here and take your 3rd city.
Yeah, that would be a better option, I think, because if that city finishes, you know, it's done pretty much.
Yeah, because this city is just so brutal here. It's going to completely cripple Predator's economy.
Just look at Red Blue.
Yeah, it's just gonna be just decimated. Yeah, where else is he gonna get wood now?
Yeah, he's gone down to I don't know how many.
And Disappear showing no mercy. He's going for a temple as well.
Yeah, looks like he's going to 3 wood maybe or something.
He's also aging. If he gets that city big with a temple,
wood.
maybe get religion as well. It's brutal.
Yeah, temple with religion and gems. It's just so brutal. Yeah, and then once you get to the yeah, you are aging, make those large cities, man, it's just that border push.
Really
that border push.
Yeah. Here we see this is a bit of Knight Rider being slow, Catapult's just not being forward enough. He could have done quite a number to Sheer, but instead Sheer is going to be able to hold for a little while at least against the upgraded and better economy Greek player.
And it looks like Lucky's doing better this game, just kind of keeping Namillo from doing a lot over here. But
yeah, Lucky's being active, going to raid die now. Nice work from him.
But Namillo is in the middle here.
Not a big impact. I mean, he's not accomplishing anything. He's just keeping Namilox away. But Namilox already sent 3 elephants around the map. Time in which Lucky already bribed one. He didn't attack or anything else.
Yeah, this is just great Russian play here for Pair. Just eating up the whole middle of the map. Once the Vestipul goes large, it's just really going to cripple IND.
Yeah, I think I actually forgot about religion for a while because I usually never get religion until I have the resources basically. But it could be very good in this spot. I mean, the stable's starting to burn. This tower and the woodcutter camp is starting to burn. The Germans are nowhere close to aging. I've aged already. I can get the city large.
Why didn't you try to bribe that stable?
Because Predator has more army than I did at the time.
Yeah, but I think you could have easily bribed it.
Yeah, and I think also I was trying to. I'm not sure what I was doing at this point. I think I was trying to go top to help, but at this point it's pointless. I mean, Knight Rider's way ahead of Sheer, and we don't have any upgraded units, so we can't fight.
Yeah, Knight Rider will win his side. Knight Rider will win his side, but too late, I think.
Yeah, but it's not going to matter because you know, Namillo's aging now.
He's doing all right. He's killing his guy, but then again, Sheer was so late at the beginning. I mean, he could have killed him a lot faster.
Well, or like I said, you could have just left him alone and go take Sevastopol in the middle and help your team.
Yeah.
But now he's just wasting time basically because Sheer's just sitting there.
And Sheer actually has a good economy.
Yeah, and let's compare it to. Now we see here, I'm here to try and support Sheer a bit, have some units, and I'm just going to kite backwards and try to let Sheer pick off the catapults.
Yeah, you're also getting that third city big, which is great.
Yep. Got my keep, got my stable. And that means we're going to drive off Knight Rider momentarily, which is going to save Sheer's city for now. And Sheer's going to be able to recover for at least a little bit, where I'm going to rebuild the temple that Predator sieged down. Predator, I'm not super impressed with how his economy's been doing. He's only using a single rare right now, which is relics, because the rares in the back have been raided continuously. You can have better rares, but it's only good if you can use them.
And Serg, I see Phantom's in the chat. He says hello, sir.
Who?
What's up, Phantom?
Oh, hey, Phantom. What's up?
Hey,
What's up, Phantom?
How's it going?
So we get Phantom. He's going to be on the next one, right?
I think the one after, but yes.
Oh, okay, in 2. So we'll see you again, buddy, in a couple casts.
Yeah, here we see a big skirmish between Lucky and Namillo, but Namillo's going to win this easily because Lucky hasn't upgraded his units yet. Bit of an awkward timing for him.
Yep. And you see, this is a very frustrating situation to be the German player and be so far behind with Gardens. Just not ideal.
Yeah, he's just short on food and he has to keep producing units to keep himself alive or harass or something.
Yeah, that garden doesn't make any sense to me because this game is not going to reach gunpowder, I think.
No. I mean, it's even if it does, it's not going to be in his favor. Look, he's just burning here. He's just suiciding his army.
It might actually reach gunpowder by the way.
But it doesn't. I mean, it's not going to benefit the Gardens player. Yeah. Yeah, Perry. If you're gonna use Russians, you got to get that religion much earlier. 'cause
Yeah,
you
I
could
know.
Really
It's pretty late. I could have been doing a lot more damage here, but
Yeah, I mean it's fine because the gems kind of is like a mini religion upgrade.
Yeah.
But still, that +4.
I'm not
is
as
just...
experienced as you at the Russian play. It looks like.
That's okay. I forgive you.
Yeah,
But you got to get it together.
I know. I think I did get it at some point. Now I see a castle going up for myself, and the Milo is actually leading in score. And if we look at the score difference, it's a 500-point swing, which is actually pretty large here. And now I have some sieges here. ASE the pair has some sieges, and Predator's only now going to age up. Again, he's just pretty far behind. I'm not really sure why he is.
Well, it's because you kept burning his wood, and he kept running his wood around.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, you took half of the map. What do you expect?
Yeah.
And he was, and we've seen this again a lot in the tournament. Rather than raise the wood camp that's being burned so you get the discount back, he would just go build another one. So at one point, I think he was building like, 90 food wood camps with 2 other wood camps burning. It doesn't make any sense. So you're just wasting all that food.
I see that Predator just said in the chat, "We win, don't worry." How are they winning?
Yeah.
I guess they're counting on Knight Rider. Lucky
yeah,
surprisingly has the highest score on that side because of the gold.
Yeah, but I see that Sheer has the better economy here. I mean, I don't think that Reader will kill his side, even if he will get the upper. It appears here to help him.
Yeah, I mean, so this is a matter of it's just like Knight Rider was just not able to translate his early advantage into concrete advantage. He sacrificed a little bit too much in his economy, and then he just fell behind a little bit. And then, I mean, the Bantu player has skimped a little bit on defenses, right? Like he could have died earlier if Knight Rider had just committed, but now that he's not committed and hasn't worked on his economy too much, now Sheer has the one with a decent economy, and Knight Rider's the one who's going to fall behind eventually.
Yeah, I like actually this move by Lucky. He's doubling you here.
Yep.
Yes, I'm at 20. I'm at 21.56, so you guys might be a little bit ahead of me, but that's okay.
How are you always behind?
I don't know. My computer runs a little bit slower when.
I think from the casting software slows it down.
Yeah, it slows me down. It's not an ideal computer. All right, and we do see here. I'm gonna try to raid the granary and trying to take a fight against Predator because I have a larger army, or not the granary, the relics merchant. I mean. But now we do see, yeah, you're right, IND Lucky coming along. I'm at 22.20 now, and I'm going to try to retreat. But neither of them have supply wagons, so that means they're going to burn in this Russian attrition here.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you look how quick they burn, too. I mean, it's like, what is it? Every half a second is a hit point or something?
I don't know, something like
And,
that.
a good tip for all the noobs out there. As Russian, you also have to aim for the supply wagons with the city fire.
Yep, exactly right.
Just aim for the supply wagons, and the army, to have a small army, you will win the engagement.
Yeah, you can even. I'll even take one horse archer sometimes because actually another fact is
yeah,
Russian.
I'm not a big fan of archers because they die really fast. But
no, I know, but just in this specific instance, because the Russians get an advantage against supply wagon, you can take one horse archer, hurry up and snipe, and they kill supply wagons pretty fast actually. I've realized.
The Russian cavalry damage on the supply wagons.
It's pretty amazing, actually. Yeah, but you're right. Just sniping sniping generals too is good.
Yeah.
Even if it's a senator, it's good after you get the supply wagon. But now in the middle is coming with he's got some 4 elephants and a bunch of crossbows.
Yeah, he doesn't actually have many siege. He's going to start queuing up siege now, and we see a bit of an engagement on this left side here. Knight Rider's trying to siege in on Ether Pair here, but this is a really awkward position. He's caught in the river. His sieges are not upgraded. He's going to lose a bunch of units here, or at least his sieges momentarily.
Yeah, it's a bad spot there. And once again, he could have been here, 10 minutes ago when that city was just first going up, and this would be a whole different game.
Yeah, definitely.
But now he's waited till it's completely fortified. Looks like you finally did get the religion upgrade, so that's nice.
Yay. Thanks.
And yeah, you can see it where look at the Russian border. It's like a knife, just cutting right into the heart of IND.
Yeah,
it's just brutal.
Yeah,
definitely.
Namilox is also slowly gaining advantage.
Yeah, I mean, we did see Lucky going up for Colossus in the back here, but he doesn't have a Colossus population nor a Colossus army. He's actually going to lose a fight against Namilo here.
Yeah, he needs mill 3 here to get that free armor upgrade because Namillo has armor.
Yeah. Lucky does have science 3, so that's an edge. Does he have literacy? He does have literacy. It's 10 skull. It's 120 knowledge income to, let's see, 178 actually for Namillo, because he's using a couple of rares and also gets more scholars. And now at this point, either pair has realized, okay, well, there's like only a couple units here from Predator. He has the advantage, so he's just gonna walk in, try to fight it out. Now,
yeah, I think you should be able to win this battle pretty easy. Micro well here.
Yeah, and throughout this game, I will say, like, playing it, I thought we were way behind, but actually, like, looking at it, we were slightly ahead the entire game.
Yeah, it's a pretty stupid move from common player to go science 3 here, because you have the instant armor. You just go for military 3 and take the engagement, because you already have the armor before the other player has probably even a fog, so you can win fights in H3 as Romans.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's one of their main powers, that faster armor. Pretty strong power there. And now,
yeah,
like,
because you get it without a fort too, because you just need mill 3.
Yeah,
so it's a pretty
now,
sick.
Let's look at the top side. I mean, the Bantu player is now turned into the aggressor against the Greeks player. They actually have very similar libraries and very similar economies, except the Bantu player has like 50 more knowledge and wealth income. So he's gonna win out in the long term.
Has fought up here. Sheer is gaining the upper hand here.
Yeah,
and I didn't
he's
expect it. I thought that really will win. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, now on this side,
the ball there.
Either pair is taking the city of Kiel. That means Relics is gone. That means a lot of these farms for Knight Rider or Predator is gone, and now he's in a lot of trouble. All of his production is here. He's lost a bunch of units.
Look at his economy now. Plus 90 food, plus 49 gold. That's GG there.
Yeah, I mean he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. And then once this assimilates to a Russian city, that area there, oh man, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 minutes ago, Predator was saying they are winning. I wonder what he says now.
Well, he's not saying anything now. He's, crickets are chirping now. So it's very quiet on the IND side. And you see in the back here, Namillo just doing damage with this Mahout.
Yeah, nice
the ranged
work.
Elephant. Kill the Pappies. He's denying the city from Predator. Predator can even try and get it down. Looks like they are sending a spy back wisely.
Those elephant raids are so hard to stop. I mean, the only way I see it work is either with a bribe or many horses.
Yep.
Yeah, we see Namillo trying to take the city of Aquileia. It looks like Lucky does have armor finally in Mill 3, but doesn't have many units, and so I mean, look at Namillo here. He has a bunch of units here, more army than his Roman opponent, and so. And I mean, 6 elephants, it's going to be really hard to stop.
Yeah, no spies because there's no fort from Lucky.
He's not even going to wait for gunpowder.
Oh, he's got a fort now, never mind. So now some spies are coming, just too little too late.
Now the city has taken 300 wealth in the bank of Namillo, and that means the Roman player is not going to be able to hold this.
I noticed that Namillo isn't building a scout with his army.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a mistake. He's now attacking up, and he's queued up a bunch of scouts.
Yeah, and he's got a bunch of elephants coming. 3 more elephants coming out of the stables here.
Spies are going to start doing their work, but I mean, it's good. It's just not good enough.
Yeah, it's going to be annoying temporarily. Yeah, but it's not going to do enough to... The spies should have been there much earlier.
On the top side, we see a big engagement between Sheer and Knight Rider. Looks like Knight Rider is going to win this fight against Sheer, at least for momentarily. But Knight Rider can't translate that to concrete advantage again. He just doesn't have the siege or the economy or anything to make use of it. And Sheer's going to have... Yeah, I mean, look at the points now. Sheer, the lowest score, is now ahead the top score of IND.
In this one, they are losing on all sides.
Yep. Like you said, Serg, Knight Rider had the advantage early at the top, but he just kind of kept giving it away. Now Sheer is just rolling here with his Bantu army.
We can say that IND had no chances at all. I mean, they had their opportunities, but they didn't see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, we see the tier 1 player Germans have just been out of the game completely since pretty much the beginning, so that's never good. So this Hanging Gardens had absolutely no effect. Because look at his gold income now, his metal income's down to 75.
I think it was. I'm pretty sure that it was Reader's idea for the German player to go the barrack in the ancient age, but yeah. I think that Reader was that Knight Reader was the leader of the team. And
yeah, I think so.
These orders.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if you give orders; you have to execute. So you know.
Yeah, I mean, and all that time that Knight Rider gave Sheer, now Sheer's doing a decent job. He's holding his own against Knight Rider here. Knight Rider bring an elephant that he bribed from the Milo and bring a Mahout. And Sheer just kiting backwards continuously, continuing to take fights. And he just needs to keep Knight Rider busy because on the other side, his allies are winning it for him.
Yeah, you see in the middle, Lucky's economy's taking a hit. He's got no
gonna
army.
age up actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and
you know
aging
the game
up.
is fucked. You know the game is fucked the moment the tier 4 player, the player with the tier 4 nation beats the player with the tier 1 nation.
Yeah, that's definitely not a good.
Especially when it's specifically Russians versus Germans. I mean, Germans are so much faster than Russia.
Yeah.
But this is some great use of Russians by you pair. Just that border push affected all the Russian buildings. Now you just raised, you just took out another wood camp from him. Just very frustrating if you're the German player here to get anything going. Just on his heels the whole time.
Gems with Russians are insane.
Yeah, I mean,
it really is.
Russians are not the best nation, but sometimes you get lucky with the rares, and then you try your best to make use of them, and that's what's happened in this game. Ether has been able to basically divide up his opponents pretty easily, prevent any sort of doubles, and now he's gonna ride it out to victory.
Yep, and this is good work. Take out this temple. You're gonna get even more border push.
Why are you
up
talking about you, the third person? Why are you talking why don't you say me?
Because it's Ron. You have to have ego. It's all about egos in Ron. So pairs living up to the Ron attitude.
Oh yeah. So I mean, now it looks like Sheer actually has more army than a Knight Rider. All that kiting really helped out. That's a pretty good benefit in the later game of the fast infantry. And on this side, I mean, the Milo's just rolling against Lucky. Lucky has like no units.
Yeah, those gun Mahots are just pretty much tanks.
Sure is also
at this point.
Standard style here. He's riding his metal mine. I mean, look at Reader's metal mine right now.
Oh yeah, he's in trouble, big trouble.
Yeah.
And look at his income, only plus 82 now in metal.
Yeah.
Although Knight Rider is doing a good job microing at the top here, I'll give him that. He's keeping anything from, but he's just playing. It's just a stalemate though. There's nothing he can do to win up there. He's not gonna be able to win.
Yeah. And now actually,
and
I think he's gonna lose this fight because he just has less units. Maybe, I don't know.
And here comes the GG.
Lucky's
completely dead. Yeah, there's no chance
Lucky's
now.
unlucky, man. He's always unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, he's got to change his name.
Yeah, I've said it many times. You have to you have to change your name. IND unlucky.
Yeah, exactly. Then he'll be lucky. It'll be the opposite.
GG is called, and yeah, I mean it's over.
Yeah, this is just once again great teamwork by AS, good execution, great use of Russians there by pair.
The better team.
Yeah, and AS is now in a position to play. Who do you guys play? Winner of Daddy PLA?
Yeah, Daddy versus PLA. And
wow,
I believe,
that's a fun one.
And I believe that match, that Daddy versus PLA match, I believe they got an extension for 1 week because of real life issues. So, yeah. So we'll get that results of that much later.
So it could be an AS versus AS because I think there's a lot of AS players, right, on Daddy's team.
Yeah, they. I mean, it's been Fatabi,
there's
Troll, and Daddy thus far. I don't think we've seen Psychologist play.
Oh, okay. So there's 2 AS players, but only one's been playing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's gonna be it for this match.
The Predator's gonna age, I think, maybe at the very end here.
Yeah.
So Gardens came through. 32-minute age with Gardens.
I don't think that any of us had any doubts that AS won't win this. I mean, they are clearly the better team. I could have seen IND win a game or two, maybe not two, but one game they could have.
Well, especially honestly, the first 2 games they had the opportunity if they were just aggressive, but they just were way too passive. And this game was kind of like, in whatever game. But the first two, IND definitely had some rush opportunities that just weren't used.
Yeah, you know, looking back on these games, I personally think like the highest chance AS could have had of losing was in the first game. You know, just if the Japs player had just gone calm to Despot and just ran in, I think that would have been game over. But
I actually think that AS had the biggest chance of losing in this one because Sheer was really slow at start.
yeah,
Yeah, and Amilo didn't really get the boom like he did the other two games.
that is true. That is true.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah, Knight Rider was definitely outplaying Sheer early.
Yeah.
But there's just some good city placement by the Russians there was enough to really frustrate the Germans.
Yeah.
And they just
now-
could never get rolling.
Now we see a battle. This is going to be the last stand for Predator, last stand for IND, last chance to make something happen in this tournament. But
Yeah, no,
Well,
it's
they have tried. They tried.
yeah, it was a good run for them. But unfortunately, they will be knocked out now. And then it's going to be AS Gladiators advancing. Again, GG is called, and that's going to be the end of this game and match. It's going to be 3-0 in favor of AS Gladiators here.
And look at Namilo's kills, kill to loss, 115 to 18. I mean, that's just great efficiency there by Namilo.
Yeah.
Good work.
Whoa.
Very good efficiency there. Almost 100 more kills than units lost.
Yeah, in the whole AS team, all of them played good, but I think Namilox was the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he did get unlucky there. So with
Idapir also played very well. Idapir is a great player. I love how he plays lately.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we got to
You
give props
also
for
do, right? I mean, I don't remember from many years ago.
what?
I don't remember.
He was the scenario guy. He's not
Yeah,
that. You weren't from GS. I don't think he was on GS. You
No,
weren't on
I
GS, were
didn't
you?
play any multiplayer until Extended Edition.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
so
I
he's
think he
he's
might
a Steam
be-
guy.
Yeah, he's very good. I mean, the AS clan, he might be top 3 in the AS clan.
For sure, he's getting better. Yeah.
Thank you.
We had a good game the other day. Who did we beat? We beat some pretty good players.
I don't. Oh, I think we it was actually a AS mirror where I decided that I should be the trader AS because it would be too imbalanced otherwise.
Yeah.
And that was a
We-
good game. Anyways.
Yeah, we beat some pretty good players. I forget who we played, but it was a good one.
Anyway, the most improved player in AS is Dazzles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dazzle's been playing excellent. Well, actually, he's a sword now, or just a picture of a sword. It's not
Yeah.
Dazzles anymore.
Yeah.
So I think it was a
Yeah.
picture of Great Lakes for a while, which was a
Yeah,
it was
but
pretty
that was
funny.
confusing people because everyone always thought we were playing Lakes map
Yeah,
because they would just use.
They all copy pasted on Momo because Momo started this trend with.
Yeah, with that
the
old man
scholar.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old man face, and then someone else
Yeah.
did it too, but it was Momo mainly
It
was
was
the first.
better. It was better.
Or maybe it was. Yeah,
All right. Anyways,
yeah, it could have been.
that is gonna do it for this stream. I'm gonna actually announce the next stream now. The next top 8 cast will be Ale versus Old Pappy Nuts, and that's gonna be on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. That's gonna be 3 p.m. GMT. And so I believe we're having Ale_Jonathan as a guest caster for that. So stay tuned for that. That game has not been played yet. None of those games have been played yet, but we should have those. And then stay tuned for that. It's going to be on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern time, or that's 3 p.m. GMT. If you don't know what GMT is, look it up. Anyways, I'll post that in the Discord and like everywhere. So thank you. And yeah, that's going to be it for this cast. Final thought. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Serg, for coming to join us. It was a pleasure having
Yeah,
you.
no worries. My pleasure, man.
Yep, good job, son. It's good having you.
Thanks,
Chip
Dad.
off the
Thanks,
old block.
Thank
No
you.
problem,
Thank
buddy.
you.
We'll see you out there.
All
Yeah,
right.
sure.
Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoy, and we will be back on Tuesday.